Good evening, Speed Gaming 3. You're tuned into the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer community race. This is a normal mode race. I'm joined by HK112. How you doing tonight, HK?
I am doing good. Tonight on the rebroadcast stream, we have Whirly, Adam, Adzir, and Sabin.
Yep, we got a lot of folks in the race tonight. We're up to 30 people, last I know.
I hit the wrong button. Anyway,
should be getting underway shortly.
Yep.
So, if you don't normally tune into these races and you're wondering what the heck you're about to watch, you are about to watch a game that is Super Metroid and A Link to the Past combined into one ROM. There's 4 spots in each of the games that'll take you to the other game, so it's not like you can reset and choose which one you want to start in. If you reset, you will always start in Super Metroid. And the objective is simply to beat both games. You've got to beat Mother Brain and you've got to kill Ganon. And it's standard Link to the Past logic, 7 crystals. Standard start or open mode, I guess, is actually what it's called, not standard. So there's no uncle or anything sequence to go through. The average time for one of these games, I'd say, is probably 3 to 3.5 hours these days. It wouldn't surprise me to see somebody like Asder finish in 2.5.
Yeah, likewise with Azir is a very seasoned runner. Adam was in the tournament. I think that's the race we commentated on together. I'm not sure. I've never seen Sabin or I messed up his name. Whirly race at all.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Asder and Etienne. Etienne does a lot of stuff on speed gaming, so I've seen him, and I think listen to comp some stuff too. But yeah, Whirly and the Sabin are going to be new runners for me, so should be an exciting race. Hopefully, we'll have a good show of skill levels.
Yep.
I guess the last thing while we wait for the race to start, which it has just started, so the stream will be catching up pretty shortly, is this is a normal mode race, which means that a lot of the harder Super Metroid tricks are not required. You don't have to know how to lava dive. You don't have to know how to mock ball. You do have to know anything that was shown in the demo reel of the game that runs when you just sit at the start menu. So like infinite bomb jumps are in logic.
It's going to be interesting. I haven't commentated a weekly in so long. 4 people, it gets a little crazy, everybody, so bear with us. There's 4 people we're watching at. Oh.
And we're off.
Is Samus?
Wow, that's gonna be confusing.
That's
a custom sprite, I assume, that instead it is Samus upside down.
That's gonna drive me nuts.
That is one of the new things in the new version of this that came out a couple of weeks ago, is you can now do custom sprites in Link to the Past and Super Metroid. So you'll see Asder, for example, has a special.
And I just saw the map just real quick on Sabin's screen, and I missed most of it.
We've got a piece of heart in Link's house and an energy tank in the back of Sanctuary.
What sound do you think?
It's interesting that the bottom runners decided to do Link's house and the top runners decided to do Sanctuary. I appreciate that. I like this.
Looks like Adam's gonna just go straight to Houlihan.
That's my play. I always like to hit Houlihan.
Silver arrows.
Well, that's silver. Which
and
in
missiles.
this uses a slightly older version of the Link to the Past logic, so there are no progressive bows. So, for example, you do have to find the bow itself and the silvers, and we just found the silvers.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Eddie M's going to get his 225 rupees. I think that was just a big 20 on Lumberjack Ledge.
I think so too.
So kind of the standard start for this is almost everybody is going to go to Link to the Past first. There's a lot of checks you can make in Link to the Past without any items aside from like bombs. I don't know the number, 20, 30, 40. It's a pretty big number of checks. Super Metroid only has one item in logic at the start, and that's the Morph Ball pedestal. There is a second item, and there's a map check that was a crystal on Hera and a crystal on Eastern Palace, I believe, and I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Anyways, just to finish my thought, there's a second item that you need in the ceiling in Blue Brinstar that you can get with a damage boost. That's not in logic though, but that's a pretty big time commitment for 2 checks, whereas in Link to the Past you can, like I said, get a lot of checks.
Okay, where was that ether?
I assume either Mushroom Spot or a Thieves Hideout.
Mm.
We should be able to see that on Asder's side here.
Yep.
Mushroom.
And money on race game. Now, Adam, he does this route, and he did it in the race. It's a good route. It cleans up a lot easier. And he's able to see some things and get a chance to bomb. And a little bit of love on Whirly's and Adam's screen.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of gambles these runners take. If you've been watching the tournament, you kind of want to play a race like this differently than you'd play a 1v1. A 1v1, if you know your execution's better, you should win pretty much 100% of the time, regardless of your route, unless it's a really stupid route. But here, routing might make a really big difference. If you take a stupid gamble that has like a 1% payoff and it pays off, you might win. So we'll see if folks take a big gamble or not. There's the bow. Eddie M gets the bow in the chicken hut. And Asdri gets the Spazer Beam. Lanofis, we hope to see that here. Lanofis is one of our trackers tonight. Our other tracker is Stump. They're both going to be doing their best to...
We got our first sword in Blind's Hut. I just now noticed that. I'm sorry, I was...
Yes, yeah, so I think there's a sound issue with Etienne. We'll see if we can get a volunteer to look at either switching it to somebody else or fixing Etienne's. It does seem that there is a delay in the audio, or the videos behind the audio. Very...
That sound desync threw me off a little bit. Yeah.
So we also found a sword somewhere. Swords are good.
It was in Blind's Hut.
Yep, Eddie just picked it up there. So kind of the first real things we're looking for at the start of one of these races is you're definitely looking for Morph Ball. Morph Ball locks pretty much 99% of Super Metroid. You're also looking for some power bombs, some missiles, some super missiles. I don't believe we've seen any power bombs yet.
Yeah, there was power bombs and the well drop down.
We have Asder doing the castle dungeon. This is a much easier play with a sword. Doing this with no weapon really sucks.
That is for sure.
Everybody else is just finishing up the Kakariko area checks. Asder has completely skipped some of Kakariko. Oh, he has no bobs. He didn't do the chicken hut. Which, that could come back to bite him in the butt. Bo is, with Eastern being a crystal, is a hard requirement. And so far, we've got nothing in the back of the castle dungeon. One chest left. We have Whirly heading to the dam. Etium heading to Eastern. Boy, this is gonna. We'll see in the dam where we find some supers. There's another map check.
Solashwa has a knee tank, some bombs, and some arrows.
So 2 packs of power bombs is nice. It's a lot easier to get around Super Metroid with 10 power bombs than 5. With 5, you can soft lock yourself really easily.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Whirly going through Mini Mortal Cave. Not too bad with the sword. I think you can shoot Mini Mortals with arrows. Probably a bit of a pain to hit them though. Got an energy tank, $300, 10 sticks, $50. High jump boots. High jump boots are nice.
High jump boots are always a nice find.
Yep, and just to kind of go over for folks who may be joining late, there are actually 30 people running in this race. These are just the 4 that we happen to be reaching.
Don't forget to follow all these runners.
And we've got Etienne heading through Eastern. Whirly checking out Ice Rod Cave. Sabin skipping Ice Rod Cave, which is a smart choice. It's only $20. I've pulled my cat in to help with an extra pair of eyes, so hopefully I miss less. She said she'd let me know what she sees.
So far, Eastern's not turning up anything big except for the speed booster. But that gets them into lower Brimstar. Or, yeah, it gets them into Brimstar.
Yeah, I'd say Speed Booster is actually a pretty big base progression that opens up quite a few areas. And you can see Asder, since he does not have the bow, he can't clear the dungeon, so he saved and reset back to Super Metroid.
Where was the bow?
Chicken Hut in Kakariko Village. Asder had no bombs, so I don't believe he checked any of the bomb block stuff in Kakariko.
Ooh. I mean, that bow, unless Armona's Knights has something, he's not going to be missing it for a while. And there's a boodle.
That's good. That bottle will encourage him to head back to Kakariko.
Mm-hmm.
Etienne
And
heading. Sorry, go ahead.
Edim does not have the silver arrows because he never did uncle checks. So this is going to be a very somewhat longish fight for him.
As they're heading into the Mach Ball, except for his speed booster, so of course he doesn't need the Mach Ball. Duh, stupid commentator.
Yeah, it's hard to get your roll on when you can't roll around.
Yeah, and he's gonna orphan 2 items back there that he doesn't know what they are. They're not in logic, but it still sucks to leave those 2 items up.
Well, this is in logic.
I mean, he is gonna make some speedy checks here in Pink Bryn before he heads.
Oh yeah. He's getting his sonic impression on. What was that? I missed it. What was on
I
that?
think it was junk.
And I missed what was on Armos, but it's a good crystal. Crystal I have.
Yeah, and I mean that's good to have a crystal. The first boss killed at 12 minutes.
As you're making a speedy escape.
Which is interesting because I don't think he's found anything worth keeping.
He can go to Red Tower. He can go to Alpha Power Bombs. That's his next check in Super Metroid.
Yeah, but I don't really know why he's not resetting.
Because he has that bottle.
Oh, I guess the bottle's worth keeping. Yeah, good catch.
Gotta have your bottle. And now Adam is gonna do the first half of Escape. Why Sebin and Whirly are gonna do the Eastern play. No, he can check Red Tower. Actually, he could get to Death Mountain. Thinking about it. No, he can't. Never mind. I'm an idiot. He needs Morph Ball. And now he's back into Link of the Past. As dear.
Yeah, the door is locked from the top. You need power. It's no surprise to see our runners doing Eastern. I mean, you get the bow. That's a pretty good, pretty big sign saying go to Eastern Palace.
Asdir didn't get that memo. Well, he got that memo without the bow, but now he's doing his South Shore checks. Now all our runners have Speed Booster.
So the question is, where's the progression? We are fast running out of checks.
Well, the bottle's in logic, so that bottle.
Yep, battle, Agina.
Oh yeah, that's a sphere, the desert check. I forgot about
It's
that.
an interesting decision by Astor to leave those power bombs there. He's got 10, which is a decent number, but 15 is, I feel like, such a more comfy place.
Oh yeah. And Edom making his South Shore checks, and Asdir going with bomb strats. Oh, Asdir and Edom is doing their South Shore checks now. So now Asdir has his high jump boots. And Sabin is heading to finish off Armo's Knights. Look like Asdir's either A, gonna be setting up for a fake flipper, or B, heading to Ice Rod Cave.
Without the Moon Pearl, there's not a whole lot of point in fake flipper. Etiem's heading over to Agina.
This could be our progression.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance this is what we're looking for.
Azure needs to be careful because those crabs do 2 hearts of damage.
So yeah, he's getting bodied by the crab. That was a pretty tight situation. He was.
Oh, I could have elaborated with a very punny joke, but not age appropriate.
Looks like Astor's gonna go check his bottle and hopefully clean up the Kakariko checks he missed.
Mm-hmm.
And Agina has a piece of heart.
A little bit of love.
Which makes me think the bottle has to be something, or it's blue.
Blue Brimstar still. Yeah, that's those. The stealing item is still in logic, or is now in logic because they do have those high jump boots.
Yep, so there's 2 items still in Super Metroid that need to be checked.
And the sick kid is hiding a blue cane.
That's nice to have, but it's not progression.
We're looking for progression, and Sabin has entered Super Metroid now. Figure out where he decides to go. And
I really like Etiem's use of either there to just.
Yeah, that's what I was about to comment on. Now, the Alpha Power Bombs is within logic.
It's a really thoroughly striking strategy.
7 getting his boodle.
Is Alpha Power Bombs in logic?
Yes. No, wait, no, it's not. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we need
power bombs to open the door to go down.
Yeah, we need Death Mountain access to make that accessible without more. Asder's cleaning up. He did get his bow, fortunately. He probably feels slightly bad that he did Eastern and could have had the bow, but it's not like double dipping Eastern really costs that much.
No. He can go straight to the back. It's, just a hop, skip, and a jump. Sabin doing Green Brimstar. Figure out where to go after that, because I'm out of ideas. Oh no, Blue Brimstar. Then go to Blue Brimstar. That's about it.
Yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, I think it has to be Blue Brimstar.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Going to Armos Knights is not in logic due to we don't have a lamp. Thank you, chat, for correcting my ignorance. We don't have a lamp, so technically Armos Knights isn't in logic, but it is still very easy to get there, and I kind of forget that it's not in logic because it's just a simple darkroom route.
Yeah, I would say that anybody who can bring a map up of Eastern Palace can do those dark rooms. I suck at these games, and I can do that.
Adium is checking the old man fake flippering, seeing if he gets anything good.
And it was just, I think, 10 arrows at that spot outside of Mission Impossible, and 50 bucks from the hobo under the bridge. I don't know what that says about Etiem's life.
Yeah.
I don't know how Whirly can play like that.
I can't watch his stream. I'm sorry, but if he gets an item, I won't. And he's going to Blue Brimstar, which is our first of our runners to do that. Oh, that makes me sick. It's hard to watch. I mean, is he standing on his head while he's playing? Hey, wait. Adam has Spazer?
Everybody has Spazer. It's in Kakariko.
Oh, I missed it.
I believe it was in the well.
One of our trackers got his dream.
Yeah, that's why I gave him a shout out. Okay, super missiles. So it's got to be the item in the sky here, I think.
Whirly's stream is Ooh, that sprite is just like one of those things that bugs me. And there's our
Morphle.
Morphball. Okay, how does this work? The the ball levitates. Oh man. If we can get him in commentary after this race, I'd like to know how in the world they play like that, because I couldn't do it if I tried. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool.
Whirly does turn his high jump
Uh,
boots off. It makes it easier to get into gravity ability.
A gravity and a nope tank. That's a good find. And as Deer, I didn't know if anybody noticed that he did a very difficult short charge to break the blocks in Old Mother Brain to clean up that check really fast and efficiently. Okay, the morph ball animation for the upside down sprite's not that bad. But like when they jump, it just throws me off. Like I want to like right now, just now, he was standing right there, and the blocks above him were gone, and I picture him just keep on going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my brain says he should fall up.
Yeah, fall up. That's something you rarely hear to see, or rarely hear to say. Let's see here. Warley, the Sabin, and will have gravity, and Azdir will have his shortly. Oh,
Yeah, Eddie just reset out of Big Pink, which I think is probably what Astor should have. I think it's quicker to go pick that bottle up and then head down to Blue Brand than to run all the way back to Big Pink. What do I know, though? I know nothing.
okay. Alright, well, the tractor had issues. An energy tank. I missed what was that charge me.
I missed everything that's the saving. Just check.
Sabin, I like this play from Sabin. Going through big or pink Brimstar backwards.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid routing choice.
I mean, Sabin, or Wirely, I could understand why he's doing his route, because he hasn't been this way that everybody else has.
Whirly's doing it upside down, not backwards. There's a difference. And that was the Bombos medallion at Charge Beam, it looks like. We, of course, don't know what medallions we need, if any, but it's always nice to get to Energy Tank Waterway on Astor's side.
It looks like Sabin is gonna do the wave gate glitch.
This is a pretty easy glitch to get, generally, with high jump boots.
What's he doing?
I think he's trying to make sure he is adequately up against the wall. Like, you would need to be, I think, 1 pixel inside the wall or something like that to actually pull the trigger. And it's just a heart piece, so nothing special there. Whirly's heading up to Gauntlet.
And Adam getting his gravity suit. And his no paint.
Maybe would like to see Whirly refill the ship, because
yeah.
unfortunately, while his sprite is upside down and it keeps making my brain think he should be on the ceiling, the game is smarter than me. I guess with Gravity Suit, it's not too bad. Astor gets his wave gate.
Grapple beam at Mission Impossible. $300 at first half of Gauntlet. Now, has anybody in chat ever watched Whirly play? Has he done this sprite before? Has he had experience with this sprite? Because this would drive me nuts, and it is driving me nuts. It's like I have OCD real bad, and this is just like one of those things. It's.
Yeah, I've tried playing with the Mega Man X sprite, which is a amazing sprite for Super Metroid. I really like it, but it's just too different from Samus. My brain can't take it.
Oh, well, see, I enjoy that sprite as well. See, when Whirly's in Morph Ball, it doesn't bother me that much. And Sabin's heading down to Edakun's. I don't know if Edzier checked this or not.
I don't believe so. I think this will be our first Etakun check. Just a big 20 so far.
Charge beam, that's a good find.
Plus charge beam for Sabin, that's makes ammo a lot less important.
I'm surprised he hasn't turned on the Spacer beam.
I'm thinking he maybe forgot.
It's the best beam in the game, why not? It really shoots above all others in the competition.
I feel like that's empirically false, but...
What was that? I missed that item. What was it?
I didn't see it either.
Grab Varia suit, apparently. That is a wonderful find. And Pegasus boots on Whirly's side.
So yeah, those are two items that Astor may not get back to for a while. All the gambles Astor's making this seed are just not paying off for him in this life.
No.
So with Varia, Gravity, Speed Booster, that's a lot of Super Metroid completable. I don't think it's 100% of Super Metroid. I think we still need like more fall bombs or space jump or something, but it's like a heck of a lot of checks.
They can do Kraid, Phantoon, Dragon. They can do all the and Ridley. Well, they can't get to Lower North Fair within logic, but they can do Kraid, Phantoon, and Dragon.
Yeah, I don't think they can get up worst room in the game quite yet.
No. They can't get to Ridley, but they can get 3 out of the 4 Super Metroid bosses. So looks like we're gonna be in Super Metroid for a while.
Although Astor can probably do the wall jumps to get up. Wouldn't surprise me if Etienne too. Yeah. Sabin checking the back of Gauntlet, sees that it's. Yeah, I don't expect to see anybody going to Lower North Fair anytime soon. That would be one heck of a...
No, I've seen Asdir do hell runs, so...
Yeah, he may not need that Varia suit, but he might need those boots. We don't know if the boots are required for Link to the Past or not. Yeah, but I see chat talking about Dark World access. Yeah, we are quite a ways from Dark World access. We have found absolutely no Dark World access items.
Yeah, they got Dark World access.
What?
They can go to Dragon.
Oh,
they
yeah.
can get to They can get through the
Well,
Norfair
but they don't
Pearl.
have the they don't have a moon pearl, so
They don't. Well, they don't have a Moon Pearl and they don't have flippers. But they
So,
can
yeah.
technically get to Dark World, but they can't really do anything. Now, Azure has a Moon Pearl from Trade's Lair, so he technically has Dark World access.
He doesn't have usable Dark World access.
He can fake flipper. You get the thing about that Dark World access where you
Oh,
enter
there's
in.
the big piece. Power.
Whoa.
So Kraid, big play. Kraid holding onto a power glove and the moon pearl.
The back entrance to Dragon, that Dark World portal happens to be right there where that screen transition is, where you normally do your fake flipper at. So you could technically fake flipper to a stairs and get into Dark World. Technically, if you, but you know that's not in logic. And there's our second sword.
It's always nice to find. Sword at high jump boots. Or just outside of high jump boots, rather.
And Sabin using power bombs. And there's our other mitt. Oh my!
Wow.
Dark World access. Now he's gonna be hitting himself because he needs to go back to get that Varia suit in.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little more concerned about the boots. I mean, I think that if he goes back to get one, he'll get the other. You know, we'll see if Desert ends up being required. We'll
20
see,
inch shaft stoopers.
Sabin's got to be careful to avoid the spikes.
Had him getting his Varia suit.
That might be the first time I've ever seen Edecoons actually have something of value.
Oh, I've seen.
I
Oh,
feel
go
like
ahead.
in most of the seeds that I run, it's just like missiles. It's always just missiles.
As you're getting old man from the mountain.
Yep, with a sword, this is another pretty easy to make Dark.
I do like that Link sprite as you're using. It's not the normal Link sprite. I forget which one that is.
FTM gonna get his boots.
I was wondering why he didn't just use regular bombs there, and I forgot. They don't have them yet.
Looks like Sabin is gonna check criteria power bombs. Nope,
Now-
he's doing gauntlet. Oh.
Forgot to open the door. He's gonna do it again. Swag stretch right there.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think this is like worth the time to set up, but I love it.
Oh, I do it too. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer doing gauntlet this way if I have the energy. It's just so flashy.
Yeah, it's very swag.
I like the word flashy. It really shines above the competition when you do it.
I see what you did there.
Yes. And as you're doing some hell runs, this technically is in logic because we know where the Various suit is. It is easily obtainable, but sadly, Asdir has not made the play to go get it.
Sabin finds just bombs at criteria power bombs. Asder is definitely a player that I think takes the logic as more of as a suggestion than a requirement.
Taking a reset there.
Yep, he saved down in Warfare.
He's gonna go through Frog Speedway and do, or not. Prove me wrong.
I'd expect him to head to Bubble Mountain through Cathedral.
I figured he'd go. Yeah, he doesn't have various suits, so he's gonna take this gravity suit and go to Meridia. And Sabin is heading towards
Blue
Brick Ship.
Mail. Blue Mail is a very nice find.
Oh yeah, good safety item.
Even checking out the spooky missile.
And
It's
it's
a
just
heart
a heart.
container.
That's Shine Spark animation. Warley's Shine Spark animation. Like that whole sprite, I'm gonna be complaining about it this whole race. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Just 5 bombs at Mama Turtle as Steven heads on to Fantoon. $20 in Mama Turtle's wall. Just stole some poor Turtle's college fund.
See, like right now, like he fell down in that hole. Like that hallway's big enough. You'd expect the seal. Like, see, does it make sense?
I'm actually just trying to avoid watching his screen because I think it's giving me a headache.
It's not giving me a headache. It's just so memorizing. I can't stop looking at it. And as you're heading up through Meridia, and Sabin is doing his Fantoon fight. Just a little bit of love at that spot.
Sabin's got some nice Doppler strats. Almost got Fantoon dead. He's hardly taking any damage.
Yep.
Hashtag commentator's curse.
Has anybody turned on the spacer beam?
That's a good question.
Oh wait, Adam did.
And Sabin gets Fantoon down.
I honestly think I know why Azir is doing the route he's doing. He probably feels so behind because he didn't have that bow. Like when he was in Eastern the first time, he ran out of bombs. He's probably thinking, I'm probably behind.
I don't know. I don't feel like that put him that much behind, actually.
It didn't.
I feel like finding Morph Ball in Blue Bryn, that puts you behind.
Well, I mean, you got to think. I mean, the bow was easily accessible at the beginning. Like,
yeah, but
he just ran out of bombs.
Double dipping Eastern doesn't take too long, especially for a player like Aster. I mean, he lost maybe a minute max.
Ice beam and wreck ship. That's really nice to find. Oh, come on. That one was good. I thought that one put a real chill in the air, though. The delivery.
I'm sorry, I was out cold. What? It's hard to make puns and watch 4 screens at the same time.
It is. Ooh.
Ooh, plasma.
That's a shot above the rest.
It's a really energizing find.
Oh, yeah. Too bad he couldn't get a hold of things with that plasma. Fourth state of matter.
Yeah, I would definitely expect Azir to eventually pick that up.
Oh yeah. After he gets done checking the sand pit, he'll probably go back for that plasma. X-ray and plasma. He's probably thinking deep fried shrimp.
Well, that's a good question. I feel like Azir probably will not bother picking up that X-ray.
X-ray gives him a bunch of
That's just a very inconvenient sand pit, and if you're gonna, you kind of only want to do one sand pit, and plasma I think is much more useful. I mean, if it was me, I would totally go for the microwave beam, but Astar is a very skilled player with missiles, as demonstrated by that very quick Botswoon kill.
Oh, that was powder. As you're not going back for the powder?
He'll get it on his way out.
Um,
Because he's gonna go. We've got to go back for that plasma anyways. So
Attic only holding 10 arrows. Did Seven go check the reserve tank?
I don't know. Astor missed the full halfie. He just got, I think, the halfie. Although I don't even know if that it was a halfie. It was more like a quarter.
He really fell short of his mark.
Yeah, it's definitely not what he was shooting for.
And I missed what was... No, I didn't. Money on behind the statue.
Sabin attempting to shine spark to the item in the sky here at Reg Ship, unfortunately hits his head. And
Item
in the sky,
is missiles.
just missiles. Meanwhile, Astor's making the Dragon play.
Warley is finishing up his Phantoon fight. He's gonna find his chili surprise in here.
Well, I was thinking short more from a left-right perspective than a up-down perspective, but I will yield the point. Rush Light.
What?
He's commenting on my puns.
Ah.
And just blink and you miss it, Dragon's dead. We'll see what Dragon is holding. Dragon has just some
money.
Apparently everyone in Meridia is saving up for college.
Yeah. Meridia is turning out to be a bust except for that plasma beam, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but I don't know that Astor is going to say this was worth... I mean, I guess he hasn't really spent too long in here.
Oh, I mean, he found the plasma beam. I mean...
Yeah, but you don't need plasma.
Yeah, but it's good to have. Super missiles.
I will say, I thought about this the other day, and I thought it was rather interesting that Samus is a bounty hunter, yet in her game you find no money. Link is some dude who's an adventurer, and you find money everywhere. You'd think the game featuring the bounty hunter would have more money in it.
Where is Astor going? He's not going after that plasma beam.
Oh, he's going, looks like he's gonna do your fake flipper suggestion.
Sense. Technically, he has Dark World access. Why not follow it?
Yeah, he has Dark World access. He does not have Dark World access to where he currently needs the flippers and the hammer.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he'll be able to swim to some places, and like, I think he could get the pod. And Astor takes a hit, which means he did. Cannot get hit when you're fake flippering. In the vanilla game, it'll just freeze the game, but the rando devs made it so that you just... because dying's better than freezing. Sabin heading down Red Tower.
Probably just now remembered checks he forgot. I hope he goes back to check catacombs.
Lamp.
Oh, lamp and oh, that's a good find.
So we got a lamp at Alpha Power
Power.
Bound.
That really shines some light on our situation.
He will now be safe from the dark spell that some NPCs may cast. Oh wait, sorry, wrong game. Looks like Asder is making probably the wreck ship play.
I mean, I don't. I mean, it's a good play. Sabin heading towards the X-ray play. Worley finishing up. Wreck ship.
Nope, but given Asder's item makeup, not super surprised by this.
Yeah.
I am a little surprised. Well, I was going to say that no one else has gone back to Zelda, but I guess Asder is the only one with the mitts.
Mm-hmm. Well, they won't get the mitts until they do
Great, yeah.
trade and then
High
warfare.
jump.
Yeah. Adam's checking this item. I missed this earlier. So I don't know if Stabin checked it or not.
I saw somebody check it. It was junk.
Hmm.
I want to say it was like a heart container. Yeah, piece of heart rather. This room is so annoying. Up 20 bucks. Aster heading into his Dragon fight.
That puts Pod in play.
Or I'm sorry, that's Argus.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Yeah, Pod won't be in play until we find a hammer. Or like flipper. I mean, that's a pretty awful chain if they find flippers and then say progression is in Pod. That's a really crappy chain to have to use the Meridia exit to go to Pod.
What's don't curse him?
Asder is a very proficient Super Metroid runner. I know he is, I believe, still active in the Super Metroid tournament that's going on. I don't know what his personal best is for any percent, but I think it's pretty low.
Sabin getting his moon pearl from space, or that's where it was.
So we'll see if when Sabin gets those Titans mitts, if he decides to nope out of Super Metroid.
Why would you? I mean, you got all of Norfair to do. Upper Norfair.
Yeah, it's a good question.
He's probably gonna do Meridia. Or gonna do trade, then go do Meridia, and then go Upper Norfair. I mean, that's what I would do on.
I mean, there's a pretty good amount of checks that you can make the case for going to Village of Outcast.
You got Sea House, you got the game, you got part of Skullwoods, you got the checks there. And with Titan Mitch you can do Smith Chain.
Yeah, you really want to find the mirror. So that could be probably one reason to put off going to
as you're getting his Ice Beam.
That's true. Someone in chat pointing out that Aghanim is now in line.
Oh
so
yeah.
It could be something like Aga required to go to Pod to get the hand.
Oh yeah, that's.
If you truly hate our runners.
Morley really heating up with that lamp.
It certainly shed some light on some new locations.
And some old.
Sabin taking on Kraid. We'll see if he gets the quick kill or
get DLC.
DLC.
Or get DLC.
I enjoy the Kraid quick kill because I don't necessarily understand how to make it work. I just know that I can spam the button and it tends to work like 75% of the time. And I feel really cool when I.
It's about his hand. If he says nope, you know, like a sassy person goes nope and waves their hand, that's basically what it is.
I mean, with Charge Spazer, I think Ridley is in line. Once they get something to get through Worst Room, I think they still need something for Worst Room.
Oh my god, that upside down grapple is just.
Who knew Samus's feet were so talented?
Bright is finding new ways to give me a headache.
We'll see. Sabin is going to do Meridia before he goes down to high jump. That's maybe a little unfortunate, but probably doesn't make a big difference at the end of the day.
You know, Samus and that sprite of Whirly shows that Samus does not miss leg day. You know?
I'm curious if that's a sprite he made himself, or if somebody else was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make upside down Samus.
We're at hour end. We got tons of progression, tons of location, and I'd like to remind everybody, please follow these amazing runners. They are putting a wonderful show, and topsy-turvy and as odd as it is. Slow start at the beginning, but this, I mean, it's really picked up, especially having speed booster. Don't forget to follow my co-commentator on our wonderful trackers, Lamb, Lino, and Stumps. See, right there, when Whirly broke that thing, right there. That's one of the things that bugs me. Like, yeah, they should have floated up.
And also, don't forget to give my commentator, who's currently having a brain meltdown, a follow.
You don't have to follow me. I'm nothing special. I promise you. I'm pretty sure there's one person in chat that can vouch for that. Meridia checks that we've already seen on Asdir's side. These are all checks that all the runners have already checked.
And we're really finding a fat lot of nothing. We found the moon pearl and those 2 gloves all super quick, and that's been it. So
Sabin's still picking up it, which is good.
I suspect Asdir is gonna go lower Norfair.
He doesn't have the health for it.
Oh right, he doesn't have Varia.
Well, if he heals, if he gets some health, he can. I mean, if he heals, he has enough tanks to, like, he can do Frog Speedway into Bubble Mountain, do those checks and all that fun stuff. Sabin checking the right sand pit. gonna find his X-ray, or is it plasma?
Plasma's on the right.
He's probably gonna see that plasma and check it, and then probably go check tool. Yeah, he wants that plasma beam. As you're
Check
gonna
tool, not logic without space jump, I think.
Varia was found in Etikun power bombs. And he can do a gravity jump. But it's not in logic. This is not a logic check, but oh, apparently it is.
Oh, I didn't realize high jump just made it that easy.
I didn't either. I completely spaced. And our friend, everybody give a round of applause to Shaq Tool, one of the best mobs created in this game. The only non-combative enemy. Digging that dirt, building that bridge, putting in the hard work. And Worley, instead of going to Meridia, he is choosing to go to Norfair, which I give him props to that play. As you're filling up at the ship, come on, remember Etikuns. Remember Etikuns. Oh, rip Shaq Tool, everybody. Wah, wah, wah. And just $20. Ooh, he's gonna reset that power bomb, and Worley's getting his Titan mitt.
Yeah, Saban needs to check the other sand pit, so that reset's totally expected with Shaq Tool having just $20.
Mm-hmm. As you're going through the gauntlet, he hasn't checked these items. I'm hoping Asdir goes down through Pink Brimstar and finishes up the checks he misses. Adam getting his Moon Pearl. Sabin having issues with the sand pit. Sabin sees that X-ray, sees that love, he's choosing to reset. Now, will he go back after that plasma beam? Worley.
Looks like Asder is heading down to Green Bryn.
That's good.
Hopefully he doesn't peace out once he gets those boots.
Yeah, hopefully he continues, goes to Etikun. But he's going back in logic now. Like he did some out of logic checks, you know, did stuff and things. And then he should be back in the whatnot.
Early being introduced to some cabbage.
Even with Blue Mel, ooh, and as you're getting that reverse mock ball out of that room, that's a wonderful trick to see.
Just missiles on spec rock and missiles in spec rock.
Asdir, I checked that. Dark Death Mountain's open. I forgot about. No, it's not. Is it?
Not without the mirror or the hookshot. Need mirror, hammer, and or hookshot.
But you get into Paradox Cave and go up and around.
No way over there without the hookshot.
Oh. Sabin was gonna try for the full halfie. As you're getting his charge beam.
So Green Bryn was pretty loaded. I mean, Varia, charge beam, Pegasus boots. That's a nice haul.
Mm-hmm. Now, what Azure will probably do is go down Red Tower. And Adam got the stand-up glitch on Trade. Or the Trade DLC, my bad. And I missed what that item was in Bubble Mountain Cage.
Yeah, it's a really tall order to kill Kraid when you've missed the quick kill.
Yeah. You just can't, be sitting down when you do it. See, right now, he's farming. Like, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. I'm gonna leave my rant alone.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Asder head back to the ship and then do, or rather, head back to Zelda and then save and quit up to Death Mountain to go to. You know.
Yeah, it's faster that way. It's a lot faster that way.
We'll see if he decides to do Croc or Lower Norfair.
Whirly gonna do a grav jump into Lower Norfair. I missed that item on that missile location. What was that?
Yeah, I've missed 230 missiles. That's like the third runner that's checked it, and I've missed every.
Yeah. The thing about the weekly, it's very hard to keep track of.
Yeah, so Whirly's going to show us what's in Lower Norfair. Not logic, but for a lot of these runners, it doesn't really.
Adam getting his second sword. I think Whirly has his. The only person that does not is Sabin.
Whirly does have 40 supers, so he will not have too hard of a time with Ridley.
Oh.
Ridley, of course, takes 30 supers. Gets the wave gate or the green gate glitch.
Oh, he has 40 supers.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of ammo, and if he can take out GT, if he decides to check that.
Asder's heading back into Link to the Past. We're gonna get some new checks on this side of the game. And Whirly checking these out of logic locations, and we got an ether at Meyer, and it is a pendant, or is it a crystal? And it English. It is a crystal. And I missed Asder.
I think he checked upon Crocs. Looks like he's gonna go for Kings too.
Yeah. A shovel. Whirly really gonna dig into the seed right now.
And did he check the medallion for Meyer?
Yeah, it's ether.
Map check. Oh boy, there was a red pendant on ice, and that's all I got.
Turtle Rock's a crystal. Pretty sure.
Misery Meyer is either.
Yeah.
Or either.
Ether.
Ether? Edith?
Yeah, close enough.
Wave beam!
The fire rod. Fire rod inside of whatchamacallit, the
Spike of Escape?
Yeah, thank you.
And a mushroom at Golden Chorizo. So we've got a mushroom at Golden Chorizo, and a. This is just even more confusing than normal.
He didn't pick. Oh, he.
And he takes out Golden Chorizo. He will be picking that mushroom.
I got a feeling Space Jump has to be in logic. Or part of the logic. Oh no, the mushroom's right there, never mind.
Edium's heading on to Croc.
Yep.
Which is too bad he doesn't have the plasma, because plasma charge Croc is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. I think Sabin is gonna go get that plasma beam.
Asder heading back into Super Metro. I'd expect to see Whirly farm up some supers here so that he has plenty heading to Ridley, but nope, he just.
Sabin's gonna get that plasma beam. He's like, nope, I'm gonna go into Ridley so I don't have to worry about having ammo. Which I applaud him for that, but.
And it's worth pointing out that Asder has just not bothered to go back to that plasma beam.
Yeah, Asder does not have plasma, but he's I mean, he wouldn't have skipped it if, you know,
Whirly going through the so-called worst room in the game.
Sabin picking up that plasma beam, which is, I mean, is really good. More power bombs and some money.
Whirly gets the wall jumps pretty quickly there to get through worst room. Takes out that gold pirate with charged phaser. Tempered sword and Mickey Mouse. That's a good find. So that'll make the rest of Link to the Past much easier. Oh boy.
And with that, he'll get his happily ever after. Nothing.
He dreamed of bacon, and he received bacon.
Let your conscience be your guide.
Let's see here. Edium is checking out the rest of Croc. Azur's checking out the rest of Bubble. Whirly's checking out Lower Norfair. Sabin is checking out Ice Bee. Just a heart piece and Indiana Jones.
Those fire flea things are giving him some trouble with the speed booster. Sabin finding out that a bottle at Wave Beam. Grapple has a nope tank. And Edm is resetting out of there. And nothing at Gravity.
Wave Beam, you mean?
Huh?
Wave Beam.
Oh, oops.
As they're making the head to Lower Norfair here, the intended way through the other side of Bubble. Which I forget these rooms even exist half the time.
The developers were really smart and putting. Well, no, he's going backwards. But like this is the intended way to get to Bubble Mountain.
Oh right, I'm sorry. Yes, that's correct.
Sabin picking up his second sword. He's gonna do all these Norfair checks.
Whirly needs to be a little bit careful. He's losing a lot of health going through these.
I missed what was at that item before Ridley. I checked on the.
I didn't see power bombs. A shame either.
Power Bombs of Shame was vanilla Power Bombs of Shame.
Did anybody pick them up?
I don't know.
Do we need to shame anybody? Yeah, let's see. Whirly's probably going to farm off the bugs here. The bugs are a pretty easy farm with grapple.
Grapple beam. Yeah, grapple beam makes this refill spot really trivial.
Sabin checking out the back of Hookshot Cave. Or sorry, Old Man.
Sabin rescuing the old man. So that means our space jump, our logical access, or flute is probably inside of Link to the Past.
Yeah, we're pretty close to almost 100% Super Metroid checks.
So this is the rest of the seed will be a probably Link to the Past game.
Yeah, this is a very uncommon for folks who don't usually watch this game. This is a pretty uncommon to have this much. You know, the first half an hour was all Link to the Past. Then the next, the next last hour's been all Super Metroid. And really, I mean, I could see these runners finishing Super Metroid.
Yeah, I think what Azur's probably, I mean, he's checked everything, like literally everything in Super Metroid, and he's going to finish it up. He's gonna be like, I'm just gonna do Mother Brain, get it out of the way, and then just do Link to the Past. It makes sense to do it that way There's no point to just worry about what's in this game anymore.
And as we get some just going over checks we've already seen.
Yeah, he may have not checked Plasma or Shack Tool. However, he can finish Super Metroid and just all he has to do is beat Ganon. If he doesn't, like, he knows, like, if it's in logic, if he finds something in Link to the Past, he can always be like, oh, I could just go here and check here real quick.
And as Worley fights Ridley, I was going to tell everyone, if you are liking what you're seeing, there's currently a tournament going on of this game. We are just finishing up the group stages. The next match will be tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might be commentating that. I think there's 3 people signed up, so we'll see who all signed up. But that's going to be a between Lachlan and Cerberov. It's the last match of the group stages, and then on Wednesday we're going to have the playoff reveal. So the point being, if you think this game looks pretty awesome, there's a lot of it available to watch, and there'll be a lot of it coming up in the next few weeks.
If I knew the command to link the channels for said Discords, I would, but I do not. Sabin getting his fire rod to heat up the competition.
These races are run, I believe we're still running 2 races a week, one on Sunday at 3 Eastern, and then this one Monday at 9 Eastern, and they alternate between hard and normal logic. So this is a normal logic seed. Next week, the Sunday race will be the normal logic seed.
And I missed what was Ridley's item. I didn't catch that.
I was literally staring at the screen, and I have no idea what it was.
If it's green, I don't care.
Supers says America.
If it's green, I don't care. There's nothing in Link to the Past that's green that's left.
Aster has really torn through
Super Metroid.
Well, Super Metroid, but Lord Norfair especially. That said, did he check GT? I don't recall seeing him.
No, he didn't check GT. But he has to go back that way. Well, no, he doesn't. Sick Kid check. I forgot. It was the blue cane. His cane O'Brien.
Which we need a hammer for Spike Caves, so... That said, Blue Cane they got a good amount of hearts, but it's a nice safety for Blind. If Blind gets out of hand, you can just Blue Cane him.
Now Sabin, map check. 5-6 crystal, pod and Thieves Town, and our pendants are Skull or Swamp and Ice. So we need that Ice Rod.
Ice Rod is, of course, an infamous item, infamous because it can be anywhere except for Trinex.
And Ganon's Tower. If Turtle Rock is in logic.
Correct.
As you're making short work of Ridley as well, heading up. And Sabin and Skull Woods, these are new checks. Woohoo! I'm excited for new checks. Some money in that chest. Go new checks! Woohoo!
Hey, half magic's good to find.
And that's a hammer inside of Skullwood.
So Sabin finds the hammer, Worley finds half magic.
Where did you find half magic?
The check before the Spring Ball Maze.
Before the PB's in jail?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. As they're going to Firefly room and finding some missiles, like, nope. Oh wait, never mind, he wants those. Adam is doing his Meridia check. Now this will be interesting what Whirly and Azir decide to do. Well, Whirly's probably going to go to Meridia. That's where he's going to go next. It makes sense. It's in logic for him. It's completely clearable. It's worth it. Asdeer, I want to know if he's gonna just go ahead and finish Super Metroid. I mean, this early. I mean, it's
I could see an
10.
argument for leaving Mother Brain for later because the more ammo he has, the quicker.
He has enough to finish her off. Well, no, he doesn't. You know, he has Charge Beam.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
he
but
needs plasma.
charge phasers like six. It's a lot of shots. It's not even 60. It's more.
Yeah, but I mean, he can go be like, if I want to finish the game, go get plasma real quick. It's just like a 3-minute grab, 4-minute grab.
Yeah, but if you can just get all amp, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of ammo doing, and there's not really an advantage to beating Mother Brain at this point.
You know, it's out of your way. You know, you don't. You know, it's like, oh, I'm done.
And Cyber Chow, I have that same exact problem. So I try to call Golden Threezo Big Bird, much like
Sabin had finished up Mothula. I didn't even. I'm sorry for interrupting. Big Key was on Mothula, by the way, and I didn't know if he got all the items out.
I haven't been counting.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
I'll never forgive you.
Oh, I'm crying over here.
As you should be.
Apparently, that he did get all
He
the
must.
items
Yeah, I
out
was gonna say he must have both because he's leaving.
as you're going to Croc. He's going to check. Nothing. Bumper Cave.
Yeah, I respect Saban's gonna clean up the village of outcasts in Thieves Town.
He might take the frog on a world tour.
Well, he's probably really hoping he finds
Hookshot.
the mirror. Hookshot's a nice find. That does open up Beast Dust Mountain.
Brewer's Hut has arrows.
Yay, arrow capacity upgrade.
To be in go mode, we need a mirror. No, we don't. We don't need the mirror. We need either A, the space jump, B, we need either the flute or the space jump.
There's that mirror in the chest cave. That's an excellent place to find.
Okay, we have a mirror. We either need we need the flute, space jump to get into the Meyer access. We need an ice rod and the red cane. The red cane and ice rod guaranteed items. Space jump or flute is the other items that are iffy that we need. So that will put us in go mode. So if anybody was wondering.
Yep, the $1 million question is, where is that ice rod? Pretty much all of the trolley locations in Super Metroid have been checked out.
I missed that item. Oh, spring ball.
Spring Ball is one of those items that is the less useful the more into Super Metroid you found it, so Saban having...
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna
It's
say,
a convenience item.
Yeah, not that huge of a convenience.
I mean, like, jumping on crumble blocks, it's you can hold down the jump bump button, like to go up Crumble Tower. It's convenient to use. You can just hold down the jump button, and when you land on crumble blocks, it just keeps on jumping, and you know you got a better frame window. Adam taking down Blocktoon.
Alright, so now the $1 billion question is: as they're gonna finish Super Metroid or not? My money is on not. He's gonna check Cathedral really quick.
Adam heading towards. Oh man, I said this boss like 3 other times.
Batsuun, Dragon.
Dragon, thank you. You know you're amazing, right?
That's what I've been told.
And I missed what was in Cathedral.
Whatever it wasn't worth grabbing.
You didn't grab it?
I don't think so.
Oh. Blind has our item because Blind cannot have can't have the small key on him unless all the items get gotten. So that the big chest has locked a key in itself. Asdir doing his Link to the Past checks, going right past Bonk Rock. Oh, Asdir already Bonk Rocks.
Yep, I respect Asder's gonna do Skull Woods and then headed to the village of Outcast. So he'll get his Matsuo kill. And Blind has for us.
A map.
Yay, it's a map. Yeah, I think Pet is on pretty much life support at this point.
It can have the ice rod.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I think it can have that will mean.
It can have the
these
flute too.
I think if it has the flute, the runners will just be like whatever and go through Lower North.
It can also have the space jump.
And, yeah.
It
Right,
can have
but
the 3. It can have all 3 of the. It cannot, however. Well, it can also. It can have all our. It can have all 4 items required for go mode. Oh no, it can't. No, Ice Palace requires the cane, so it could have 3 out of the 4 items that we need for go mode. So Ped's on life support.
Saban gonna do his south checks here.
I'm surprised he didn't grab the Jebediah for Jebediah's World Tour. Or did he already?
It is an interesting choice.
He didn't even do it. Because I forgot he does now have the hammer and the mirror, so he can do that check really quickly, and then grab the purple chest. Someone has the frog, or oh, it's Warley. It's Warley.
Saban to get super missiles from the Stumpy. Alright, everybody, get your hype in check. It's time for Hype Cave. Everyone's favorite disappointing cave.
I'm not feeling that hype today.
Nope, I mean, I always predict Hype Cave's gonna have 0 out of 10 hype because, let's be honest, that's it 99% of the time.
And Hype Cave has super missiles.
Dr. RM in chat saying Hype Cave's gonna be hype. Let's see who's
Some
right.
love, some missiles, and some bombs. Wah, wah, wah.
How's it feel to be wrong, Dr. RM?
That's. Wah.
Yeah, I mean, Hype Cave in Zelda is really hype as is. There's just so many junk items in this combo randomizer, like missiles are essentially junk. You know, and there's how many missile containers? 100? I don't know, a lot. I suppose there's not 100. But I want to say
No.
it's like 60 or something.
It's 120. No.
Everybody in chat, give Dr. R up a big hug.
Now, pod is one of the 5-6 crystals, so this plate of pod is actually a good one.
Well, I mean, it's a crystal dungeon. It's completable. You've got everything you need for it. This is, I think, a perfectly defensible and good. You know, Aster's heading to the back of Skull Woods. For anyone who watched yesterday's Seeds, I watched most of both of those races. Those were, I don't want to spoil anything, but those were some seeds.
Those were trolley seeds. Adam having trouble getting it in to go to Shack Tool. Oh boy.
Saban checking the big chest key, big key chest, getting a small key. So pod has to have 4 keys in the front of the, I believe there's 6 chests in the front, 4 of them have to be small key. As they're doing a bob jump. So, okay, so you go and do pod. That makes sense. What do you do after pod?
Pyramid Fairy.
Pyramid Fairy? Yeah, that, okay.
Then...
Tower of Hera?
No. Got the mirror. They can go,
I think you, well, I think you kind of do all of Dark Mountain. You do all of Death Mountain that you haven't done.
Well,
so you do you do the right side, you do the dark side, you do hook shot, and then you do Hera while you're up there.
to avoid some orphaning of locations, you can go from Fat Fairy to Graveyard Ledge to Catfish, and they can check Zora. Zora is in logic. And Sabin getting the hammer yump.
Showing off his Link to the Past chop. It's a very difficult thing to do. Unfortunately, all he found in this area of pod was junk. Although he did find Quake somewhere, so he is good to go on Medallion.
I forgot Sabin has not done Lower Norfair.
ATM's heading up to Plasma, which I think will be a new check. As they're heading through Thieves Town, Whirly's heading up to fight Potspoon, ATM's checking Plasma, Saban's heading to the back of Palace of Darkness. Doing this, moving the statue because he doesn't have the cane. ATM having some trouble with these wall jumps. I mean, with the amount of time they've been spending in Super Metroid, it's possible that you could have some hand fatigue that makes doing some of the tricks like wall jumps slow. And another bottle, so that's bottle number 3 in the Thieves Town area. I don't think Azure came back and grabbed that powder either, thinking about it.
He did.
He did? Okay.
He has it.
I mean, once he gets the mirror, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do the Smith chain. I mean, he'll go down and do the dig game, but then do the Smith chain and hammer pegs and the powder while he's here.
I don't think Adam saved just for missiles. So we know Shack Tool is nothing and Plasma nothing.
Yeah, if you're gonna check plasma after you kill Dragon, it's recommended. I would recommend saving, so you can just reset out of this and not have to go through the hassle of going back.
And Adam does have the Plasma beam, so he's gonna have an easy lower Norfair check. Or Norfair check.
Sabin checking out or taking out Helmasaur King has shattered his life. Your F's in chat for Helmasaur King. Nobody likes you, Helmasaur King.
I like it.
Got bombs, yeah. Looks like Aster also has the butter sword.
He has butter?
I could swear he had butter. It looked like he had butter. We'll see if he does some swing. So Sabin saves and quit. I would assume he's gonna go to Link's house and do the big bomb.
No, that's Bacon.
Is it?
His resolution's really low.
I guess with the stream quality, yeah.
Yeah, that's Bacon.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like when he ran down, I noticed it was Bacon. All right, big bomb time.
Worley's demonstrating how to fry a shrimp.
Shrimp. I love shrimp.
Have you eaten your frozen shrimp yet?
No. I'm still buying pizza.
It's like Aster is going to do the big game. Big game? Dig game? What did I even just... It's been a real long day.
I took a nap halfway through the afternoon, so... I woke up, got some things and stuff done, and the whatnot, and then after I got things that came in the mail, I took a nap. Not gonna lie, I stayed up just to make sure I got what I needed. As you're gonna go get the frog.
Pyramid Ledge was his power bombs. And inside Pyramid we have some missiles. And a heart piece. Totally not worth the... As they're showing off the hammer dash, which is a Japanese version 1 specific trick, but it's a very fun trick you can do. You can do that with any item, or at least almost any item. I guess like you can't do it with a hook shot.
Oh, there's a cave.
Which we know is worthless because Bumper Cage had nothing, but Asder may not have checked. It's also just a nice safety to have.
Gotta go save. Now what he might is route out Graveyard Ledge so he doesn't orphan that item. And routing Catfish so he doesn't orphan those items, but I don't.
But I tell you, after returning the blacksmith and getting a heart piece, I would be hopping mad at that rule.
Now we're gonna go check everybody's favorite friend, the Magic Bat. If he doesn't bonk. And Sabin's in the tower at Hera. He just like took off without me. And Adam is gonna get their fire rod.
Just a compass there and that chest in Hera. No basement required yet. Magic Bat rewards us with
Money.
$20.
Yeah, that is very true. But they're nice items to have. We got a fire shield. Hera. There's 2 items in Hera, correct?
Yep, 2 items.
What came out of the chest?
I was distracted watching
Big.
Aster. Whirly's about to die. So
Whirly
he's
is?
gonna
Oh,
Crystal Flash. And of course, it's upside down. Why wouldn't it be?
I've stopped. This frustrating.
So you've been doing hammer strats on Lord Orm? As they're showing off the blue or the chest glitch, I think. Although not.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you could do it from so far away. Geez.
You could do it after you get up. Davin getting done with Tower of Hera. Probably heading over to Turtle Rock to see what required.
Well, he can do like Paradox Cave.
Ooh,
Oh, there's the red
what was that?
red cane on Floating Isle.
Okay, there's 1 out of the 2 items we need for go mode, or 1 out of the 4.
Which means that Ice Rod could be in Turtle Rock, which is a pretty trolly location for the ice.
And we can get into both Turtle Rock and Misery Mire. It's Ether, so Quake is not needed. Neither is Bombos. And Sabin's probably gonna go and pick up that red cane after he does Trap Cave.
Yep, he'll do Hookshot and he'll do Super, and then he'll do the Light World checks. Just a heart piece and super and a regular pack of missiles and bunny. Aster's heading into pod. Whirly's finishing up his Shack Tool check. Sabin finds the space jump. Oh, there you go. So East Death Mountain was the play. We got a red cane. Oh, I mean, really, Hookshot Cave was the play. We got a cane, and the space jump. There's not much blocking him from finishing both games now.
No. He can go to Lower Norfair. Lower Norfair is not the play he needs to make, but he has everything that's needed to finish up Lower Norfair. We are literally 1 item away from go mode on Sabin's screen.
Yep, and there's all kinds of terrible locations the ice rod could be. It could be on Green Pendant, it could be on Left Side Swamp, it can be on the pedestal. We don't have the book, so we don't know what's on ped. We've got a Nope Take in Spiral Cave.
Dead Moth on Adam's side. As here is Skull Woods having fun. Being just checking. Saban is checking out Paradox Cave.
I kind of suspect Saban, after he finishes these Death Mountain checks, will head down to Lower Norfair and do Meyer while he's in the. Unless,
yes,
of course, he
chat.
finds the fruit.
Ice Rod Goma. What worst thing to see? There's a swag net, there's an energy tank, and there's some money.
For me personally, I think you just assume you're gonna find the ice rod on the way, and you just kind of, like, you don't go mode the dungeons, you check all the items, but you don't go somewhere you don't need to go. Like, you're not gonna go check Desert Palace, probably, would be my guess.
I know where Saban's heading. Saban's going to Lower Norfair.
Yep.
Gonna do Misery Mire and then finish up Raid.
I guess
respect his play.
I could see him check Desert while he's there, just because getting back to Desert would be such a real pain in the butt. I mean, the gamble would be to just leave Desert and never go in there. So we'll see if he's gonna gamble.
He might. He's there. Why not check it? It's an extra few item.
Chat saying we need flippers. I don't think we need flippers.
Both Ice Palace and Swamp Palace are pendant. If Ice Rod is on ped, then we need flippers. But other than that, if I'm trying to be nice to these runners, I'm really trying to be nice. And that being said, we only need an Ice Rod.
This has been a little bit of a weird seed, but it's been a pretty easy seed, so.
Yeah. I like this seed. Me and this seed are tight. We know each other personally.
Nobody's done Desert, which, at least nobody on stream has done Desert, which is where the green pendant is, so we do not know what is on green pendant. And I think it very likely we will never know, but we'll see.
We might. Depends. I mean, it's one of those checks that could be there. And now all these runners will probably end up getting space jump. Addeer never got mushroom, I don't think. So Ice Rod could be on mushroom.
Yeah, Azure has not did not do that part of the Lower Norfair. He skipped it. And Saban just doing the charged plasma to take out Flume. Make short work of him. He'll get his wave beam shortly. That'll make him happy. That's the full beam combo going into. Asder takes out Homosaur. Etium is making his way through Thieves Town, and Whirly is going to be heading into Skullwood shortly, I assume.
There's Wave Beam. I missed that.
Yep. We saw that when Whirly checked it.
Finding out that he can go into Mire if he truly desires, and I think he truly desires to go into Mire.
Oh, he's definitely going to go into Mire. It's completable. It's not even, I mean, and he's got silver arrows, so Vitreous is definitely not going to be a challenge.
That is true. Is this the vanilla pendant for this?
I
It
think
is.
so, yes. I mean, I'm sure he'll focus this for 2 items.
He has to check everywhere for that Ice Rod.
Yeah, like I said, my big question is he gonna gamble on Desert?
Desert wouldn't be a bad gamble, though. Like, if he finds the 2 items in Desert without doing Land Molus, that's a gamble not to do the green pendant.
Yeah, I mean, Desert is effectively 3 items with that green pendant, which makes it slightly more valuable. I mean, I don't know that there's a right call on what to do after you do Mire. I mean, I think probably like statistically, the ice rod is probably somewhere on the route that you'll be going, like Laser Bridge or something like that. So
Kane was
probably
on Floating Island, chat. Sorry for interrupting you, Eleanor.
it's cool. I don't like you anymore.
Oh, I'm all set.
As they're gonna make quick work of the Armos Knights here.
Yeah, this is one boss he wasn't able to do.
And he murders them all ruthlessly with Silver Arrow. Nice powder there on Sabin's side to get the fair.
Hmm.
That team about to head up to Blind. He'll get his bad pun. Insect puns, they really bug me. Poor Blind didn't see that coming.
Nope.
Etienne did see the crystal coming, fortunately, and catches it in his hand.
Yeah.
Sabin headed for the cutscene chest in Misery Mire. I don't think we've seen the big key yet, but I could.
Yep, we have. It was in Compass.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Asder heading up to do Hera, which again makes perfect sense. He'll probably do Hera, then Queen out East Death Mountain and get his red key.
He might gamble into Turtle Rock for that ice rod. If he does, if he finds that ice rod, we'll be in no mode.
Well, I mean, if he gambles in Turtle Rock, he'll.
He will be in go mode.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance he does Turtle Rock before he does Hookshot. Well, I mean, he can't because the red cane is.
Yeah, he has to do Hookshot Cave.
So if he
Technically,
finds
ice rod in there, he'll be in go mode.
Yeah. That is a gamble that I could totally see Asder making.
He's been gambling this whole race.
I think Asder is just kind of a gambler in general.
I've gambled twice and I've lost, so you know.
You got to win eventually, right?
I wish.
Sunk cost fallacy.
I'm not that lucky.
Yeah, I think going for the green pendant is a smart play after this, but
Yeah, I agree with Leno said that a minute ago, and having that pendant just makes you feel some pride.
Well, I don't know that it makes you feel pride, but it makes you feel that you never have to go back to Lower North.
Yeah, that too. Without that flute, you know, you're not.
And desert's so quick.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the boots.
Are there flag seed options for this randomizer? The main option for this randomizer is normal and hard. There's a few other options.
Key sanity.
Key sanity is not done yet.
Oh. I've seen seeds of that. It's nuts.
Yeah, so you can randomize the morph ball or not, and you can do the same with the sword. So you can have the uncle assure the sword, so it can be slightly easier at the start. But the main difference is Super Metroid logic, normal and hard. Hard being tricks like lava jumping, short charges.
IBJ.
Well, IBJ's in normal and.
I'm not IBJ, but continuous
How runs are.
CWJ.
Yep, yeah, CWJ, continuous wall jump. And as my co-commentator alluded to, there are other options in the work. Astor gets his space jump. Sabin gets a shovel out of the mire shed.
Worley already has his. He checked this area while he was in this. And welcome viewers from Speed Gaming 2 with a rating party of 76. We are in the middle of a very interesting SMZ3 randomizer race. Weekly. Easy logic.
Normal logic.
What did I say?
Easy.
Well, the way the seed's been going, it's easy. It's like easy mode. This goes here. It's not like some of the tournament seeds that we've been watching.
That's fair. This has been a really not very trolly seed. Looks like Sabin is going to make the desert play.
He's here, why not? It was boots locked, maybe.
Successfully dodges the BMOS. Looks like Astor is going over to head into Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, he's a gambler. He knows all he needs is that ice rod.
And I've seen Ice Rod on Laser Bridge too many times to call this a bad. I'd really like to implore the devs of this randomizer to not make Upside Down Samus a option. Do it for everybody else. Save us from this madness.
Astor missing that torch.
So it was a good recovery. We get the soothing pendant music from Sabin.
Welcome, Raiders
Interesting.
from... What? Well, I was just gonna say, welcome Raiders from Speed Gaming 4 with a rating party of 127.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's interesting that Astor did those checks in Turtle Rock and then said nope. I guess he's gonna do the rest of Death Mountain. So kind of a quick recap since we've had two largest raids here in the last few minutes. So this is a Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer normal seed. This seed started out very Link to the Past heavy, and then we found the Morph Ball in the ceiling in Blue Star, and then it was all Super Metroid since. We are only just now getting back into Link to the Past with our runners starting to clear out Link to the Past dungeons. You can see Astor had all 4 Super Metroid bosses dead before he had any Super Metroid or Super Link to the Past bosses dead, so it's been a very interesting seed.
Super Link to the Past?
Yeah, I know I said that. That's how it is in my head. Like, all Super Nintendo games have Super in front of them. It's just how they...
So, like Super Star Fox?
Yep. Super Mario Kart?
That has Super Nintendo. Super Metroid.
Super
Super
Bomberman?
Mario World. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
I never played that one.
I couldn't get into it. I don't like platformers though. Super F-Zero? Yeah, there's another one. I'm going into Pod. Worley heading up to Graveyard Ledge. Astor's heading back into Super Metroid.
He's heading for Mr. Meyer.
Yep.
So I don't think Sabin found his ice rod doing those desert checks. So
No.
we'll see how long it takes him to turn that green pen.
Mm-hmm.
He's going back to Metroid.
He's got to do Lower North Fair still.
Oh, you're right.
He's gonna have an easier time than Worley and Asdir did doing these this part of the game because they did not have the wonderful space jump, and I missed what was at Graveyard Ledge.
Well, he's also got plasma, which neither of them opted to pick up either.
Yeah.
So Sabin's rocking the full beam combo. He's got charge wave, ice, plasma. I mean, he also has phaser, but you're not going to use phaser when you have plasma. No screw attack, so can't jump through the pillars, unfortunately.
Oh, Red Mail was at whatchamacallit, that one thing. Graveyard
Oh,
Ledge.
the one thing spot. Okay.
Yeah, that one thing spot. You know, makes me wonder why I named my cat Spot when I say something when I'm commentating. So when I say that, he's like, "Hey, you want me?" Sabin
man.
gonna get hit, huh?
Talking about the Super Star Wars games in chat. I love those games. I played so much of Super Empire Strikes.
Now, Asger is gonna be getting his mushroom, maybe. That's one check we have not seen.
He's definitely gonna pick up the mushroom. I also loved in Super Star Wars when you killed the Jawas in the speedrun level, they'd go Ooty.
I hated that sound.
I feel like in The Mandalorian there was a Jawa that said Ooty.
Never seen it.
As they're taking on his big bird. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Big Bird / Golden Frieza fight, when you run out of super missiles, you want to shoot all your normal missiles. You want to get to under 30. If you are under 30, all he's going to do is shoot out those balls, so we get a lot more ammo. That said, Asder only needed like 1 or 2 more shots, so he didn't do that, but that's...
Now all the runners are just checking locations where the other runners have already checked.
So that's wave beam for Asder as he heads to do Meyer. Super Earthbound.
I've never played the Earthbound games.
Super Final Fantasy 3. Actraser's another game that I spent so many hours on in
Super Ghost Goblin. And Sabin doing his Ridley fight. It's hard to say who's ahead right now. If you were wondering, because you got to think Asdir and Worley have both cleared out Super Metroid, except for Mother Brain. However, Sabin has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crystals to 2, 4, 5 crystals of Asdir. So it just comes down how quickly Sabin can kill this flying death trap who shows up in a later game and has a horrible sound effect.
I mean, I think honestly, in a case like this where you're looking for the ice rod, I think it's... You can say some people have an advantage, but like I would say Asder and the Sabin have advantage over Etienne and Worley, but I don't know between Sabin and Asder that you can say one is ahead of the other.
Yeah. I just thought of a nice new sound that they can add for this, like, you know, the upside down sprite, the Mega Man sprite, you know, and all that good stuff. Thought of a new sound they can add. Fusion Ridley screams.
Saban has not turned in the green pendant now.
No.
He doesn't have a flute, so there's not a super easy way to get over there. I mean, obviously he can save and quit to Link's house and run, and it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel like that's probably pretty equidistant to fluting to 6 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. They need... Ice Palace is not in logic, but they can get in by Fake Flipper if they choose to. And the shovel only has super missiles.
Yeah, at this point, these runners definitely don't want to see the flippers because the flippers would put Swamp in logic. So they're really hoping for either they never find the flippers or they find them in GT.
I'm running out. Like, the only checks that have not been made is, yeah, Flippers does put Pet in logic. Oh! I thought of a chain that would be so evil. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Flippers to Ped. Okay. And Ped. Oh, no. Hold on. I have this. Flippers to Ped. That's about it.
Yeah, I think
Like-
flippers. I think that Ice Rod being on pet is about as bad as it can get.
Well, we're running out of items that I could put in logic because, I mean, the flute's not needed anymore. Flute's a dead item.
Okay, there you go. Someone in chat came up with a better with the worst case scenario.
Book on Ped. Yeah,
pad.
Ice on Bombos. Thank you. I was thinking of the book and I couldn't think of it. Book on
Yep,
Ped.
that is. I don't think anybody has checked Waterfall or Zora.
Yep. Sabin getting his half magic. He's
Okay.
heading out of Norfair.
I don't believe Catfish has been checked either.
Yep. Catfish and Zora are orphaned checks right now.
That's sad. I mean, again, I kind of think you do Total Rock and assume you're gonna find the Ice Rod on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
But again, being in a race with there's 30 other people or 26
Adam doing a
other
catfish
people.
check. Adam doing a catfish check. You probably will mirror over to Zora. If he
Yep.
finds the flippers and or ice rod, we will be in no mode. Adam does have the fire rod. He has done the back of escape. He did it a little later, by the way, and I don't think he's been back up at Death Mountain. If he opens up his inventory, we will know. But I'm
But
pretty sure.
Just as a quick reminder to folks who joined us, there are 26 other runners running this race. There's a total of 30 entrants, so these just happen to be the 4 that we have on the.
Missiles at Catfish.
Looks like he's gonna do the splash deletion.
Flash
here.
deletion. Sabin finishing up checks in Norfair. As you're going to do the green pendant play as well.
Oh boy, that fireball almost got at him, but he got away.
Energy tank. Energy tank.
And it's also worth noting in the new version that was released a few weeks ago, you can still throw the bottle into the Pyramid Fairy. However, the Pyramid Fairy will just give you a green bottle, which is, I would say, the least. Just a heart piece on Zora Ledge, so we'll see if the King Scammer himself has anything.
Vanilla flippers again. A book!
Ooh.
That is a wonderful find. And he's going to check. He's going to go back up Death Mountain. Probably check this ether tablet up here. And then, that puts Desert in logic. Even though Desert only has the green pendant.
Yeah, and Atium does have the mirror, as evidenced by the fact he just switched.
Yeah.
I think the tracker probably ate that input.
Yeah. poor Leno is having clicking problems. He can't find the right spot to hit the buttons.
I loaded up the tracker to see how it worked one time, and I was just like, "Wow, that's." I'm closing this tab and never opening it.
I've tracked before, and I'm not a big fan of tracking because I don't like keeping my mouth shut. I'm not a big fan of tracking. 10 arrows on Ether tablet.
Yay! Sticks from the sky.
Scam King had the what is that? The
Book of Mordor.
Sabin's
Book
heading out of
of
Norfair. We just need an ice rod.
It's actually a self-help book written by Zora. How to trick adventurers into giving you 500 rupees and 3 easy. We'll see if ATM does end up checking the pet at some point.
Sabin doing the croc check. Now, Asdir heading, I don't know where. You can't do swamp. I don't know where he's going. Oh, big bomb, big bomb. He can do that. He hasn't done that check. Or, where's he going? Asdir, where are you going? Oh, K45, these south checks, I think.
I think he already checked them.
Hey, he has the shovel. He just got that shovel. Mushroom, we haven't seen Mushroom yet either. And I don't think Whirly remembered about the shovel. Or about the mushroom.
Well, the super missile, or the shovel's a super missile, so...
Oh, mushroom was nothing. Okay, apparently Whirly did, and I missed it.
Oh, I completely missed that too. And I guess Asder did not do K45, because here he is. He passes on the single arrow of destiny, run invalid.
Adam saw his red pane of awesomeness on the ledge, but he's going to do Spiral Cave. We are now in a hunt for that ice rod.
Yeah, and in terms of checks we have left, I think that...
Green pendants left. And
yeah, but I think that in
Bombo's
terms
tablet.
yeah, I think in terms of numbers, I think Total Rock is the place with the most items that's,
We got Quake tablet, or Bombo's tablet, and green pendant. That's it. That's all that's left.
Yep, until we find those flippers, swamp and ice are just rolled completely. I could see Asder checking the green pendant after he closed this bomb here.
And this is nothing.
Power bomb. I do not think we've seen Spike Cave actually, so I do believe
Spike Cave is another check.
And it's worth reminding everyone to please give these guys a 5. They're putting on a very exciting race for us, and what's really an interesting seed, very unusual. Doesn't cost you anything to go over there and click the follow button on their stream. Easy way to make somebody happy. As chat points out, don't forget to drink water. So Green Pendant was $20. Yay!
I would like to point out, Ice Rod has been found by one of the other runners in this randomizer. I was poking through streams and whatnot, and someone has found the Ice Rod.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not spoiling, but it has been found. I'm now curious where it's been found at. It's not that big of a spoil. I was just curious if someone else has found it.
I mean, I would not be surprised if there's a runner off stream that is ahead of any of our on stream runners. I mean, as we talked about, Aster made some gambles. They didn't pay. I think he and Sabin are pretty close to equal. You see Sabin's actually going to go down and just finish Lower Norfair. He's had enough of Super Metroid.
Gives him time to think of things to turn in.
I mean, at this point, I was strongly suspected that the Ice Rod is in Total Rock, and so, like, somebody who did what Aster did and instead of noping out continued would have the Ice Rod by. So we'll see if Aster does the splash deletion trick. I would assume he knows how to.
I'm pretty sure he knows.
Man, that's a shot fired in chat at UHK.
What?
What Hydra Bears had to say.
Yeah. No, I've been keeping up. This is I wanted to know if anybody else has found it. I was just curious. And
So we'll see if Sabin goes for Baby Skip. Taking damage but didn't turn off either of his suits, so I feel like he's gonna maybe grabbed.
alrighty. Well, I'm in no mode because I have a good feeling I know exactly where it's at. This is going to be interesting to see what these runners do.
Aster's got his book. He's gonna check Bombos. Oh, it's a red boomerang. That's amazing. That's just what he wanted.
Of course. It's what every kid wants when they grow up. A red ring. The Lager ring. I have a good feeling where it's at. I'm not going to spoil where it might be at, but I got a good feeling where it's at. Ooh. Sadly, we get our first forfeit from one of the other runners, Solsky. He has forfeited this race. Everybody get a G in chat for poor Solsky.
Meanwhile, Sabin's moving on to Mother Brain 2. Aster's checked out the Ether tablet. Etiem's making the Total Rock play.
Ooh.
Finds the flipper.
Don't want to find those. That's one item you don't want to find.
Yeah, let's hope for Etium's sake that the ice rod is in here.
I mean, so many times the ice rod has been found in Turtle. The last 2 races I've watched, ice rod's been on Laser Bridge, but you know, that's all we need for no mode.
Chat asking where was the hammer? That's an excellent question that I have no
Goldwood's.
recollection. There we go.
I think it's the
Skullwood.
compass. I think it's the compass chest.
Vanilla Big Key in Total Rock. Is this even randomized? This has been a very quick seed, but I mean the honest truth is it's been very quick, but both games have been pretty well cleared to almost 100%.
Yeah.
I mean we're gonna hopefully not see Swamp Palace and Ice, but even if Ice Rod isn't in Turtle Rock or Mimic Cave, it's not the end of the world to have to dip one of those dungeons, because I mean at least as soon as you find the Ice Rod you can peace out. Let's see what Mimic Cave has for us.
Ice Rod. We are
There
now
we have
officially
it.
in goal mode at 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Well, that's no mode. Asder will be in go mode when he gets there.
He's in go mode. Why isn't he in go mode?
I guess okay. You're right. He's in go.
Asder will be slowly behind him in go mode. It's not that hype, Tango.
Well, Asder's got the certainly between Etium and Asder is in the lead there.
Oh yeah.
I'm still not sure between Sabin and Asder who's in the lead.
That I couldn't tell you. Ooh, wrong button. Hitting all kinds of stuff that I shouldn't be.
That's different than normal. How? Etium taking a little ride here on the platform. Whee! Asder making the gamble that the ice rod is in the big chest. It is not a play that I like. What a shock. Asder takes gamble. Tune in at 11 for more. And at 2 hours, 20 minutes, and let's say 16 seconds, Asder is in go mode and is our first runner to be in go mode. But doesn't necessarily mean he's in the.
No.
Sabin has got Mother Brain down. Get a G in chat for him. He's finished one half of the game.
Asder is in go mode. He has everything he needs. He just needs to finish. He needs to finish Ridley and Mother Brain.
Yeah. Did I say something contrary to that?
Yeah, you said he's the only one in go mode. You said Asder was the only one in go mode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
I smite thee.
Get tired. It's been a long day.
That's right. I've slept half the day away. I'm not gonna deny it. So I bet Asder's happy to seeing that rod.
I was at the doctor today, and they kept doing a flu test, but they kept screwing up the flu test, so they had to keep shoving swabs up my nose. It was very had to get the deep nose swab like 5 times. Ridiculous.
Asder trying to find that key to get into Trinex. Looks like Edam's having trouble with that.
Yeah, he's low on mana. He's got to be careful, because I don't think I saw him take the safety door.
No. He has that green potion? Does he have a potion?
I don't think he has a potion. He saves and quits. That's
What?
an interesting decision.
He's in go mode. He knows he's in go mode. So, I mean, I don't know why he didn't want to do that.
Well, I mean, Master Sword Trinex is not the most without half magic is not a very fun thing to do.
He's probably going to go to Lower Norfair and do Misery Mire.
I appreciate that, Oku Tengu. Or Oki Tengu. My nose is very... I mean, I guess though, like, if you're in go mode, you're not going to be checking a lot of stuff, you wouldn't think. So, are you going to get much better gear than what you have? That's...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess what I would say is that I have no problem with Eti and Bid, but that's the play you make when you just accepted you're not.
Oh, get out the big key guessing game for Azir. I forgot about that. Big key can be anywhere between 1 and 22 chances. Oh. We have our first official done on one of the off-stream done. Aussie with an SRL time of 2 hours and 23 minutes. Maximum Barnage has forfeited the race as well. Aussie is our first runner to finish.
That's a pretty ridiculous time. That's probably the fastest I think I've ever seen one of these seeds go.
A jet seed takes 2 hours. Savin getting his book. And Big Key was on chest number 3. Adam has that ice.
Whirly probably heading into Turtle Rock here.
hasn't
Sabin checking the Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, he's thinking it might be a vanilla. Yeah, there's some discussion in chat about Asder leaving Turtle Rock, and I think that was a very interesting decision on his part.
Adam, you mean?
What?
You said Asder leaving. I don't know. I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. It's been a long.
No, Asder was in Turtle Rock and he did the front and didn't bother to do the rest. Which seems,
out.
That to me is a very kind of wishy-washy play.
Yeah, you're there. Why not do it?
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't do it halfway.
Mm-hmm.
I will of course point out that Asder is like ridiculously talented at this game and amazingly good, so he's much smarter than me. So we'll see how long Sabin does these checks that are not Turtle Rock. He's given his advantage away. Well, any advantage he might have had to add.
And we got our second runner done in this large seed. Yet I can't pronounce that name.
Nitorific.
Nitorific. Second place with an SRL time of 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Yeah, Meteorific is a pretty he takes part in a lot of races. Definitely a name I recognize.
G to him.
Asder does not despawn Ganon's tower. Not even bothering to check the chests. I mean, he could find, I suppose, the gold sword. Tempered gold, it doesn't really matter.
If we can get Asdir for an interview after everything's said and done, to find out why he noped out of Turtle Rock. See if that's a thing we can get.
Saban's gonna be doing the Village of Outcast checks that he skipped, like the hammer pegs and stuff. It's unfortunately gonna cost him more time.
He was, up there on finishing up and tying with Asdir,
Yep, at this point, Asder of our on-stream runners, I think, is definitely pretty clearly in the lead at this.
And he's on his geometry wizard fight.
This is why you should pay attention in school, everybody. Ah, 0 out of 3.
And Whirly, I don't know where he's. Oh, he's going to
Big Bird.
He's going to Meyer this way.
I really just want Whirly to be done so that his sprite is gone from my life.
Yeah. Now, only if we could crop it the right way. Join me here on some, or else you will.
Eddie him taking out Ridley be easy with his beam combo, assuming he can. Ganon on to phase 2.
Now, if Asder took my advice and finished Mother Brain, he would be done right now.
Well, he'd
maybe
be 10 minutes behind. I mean, I think Asder had a pretty good route. It's just unfortunate. I mean, you've got to take gambles, and you never know are your gambles going to pay off or not. He just got unlucky that none of his gambles paid.
Yeah. Whirly inside of Misery Mire.
I guess the Torch Squidge, not that he should need it. Although he doesn't have a huge amount of mana. But he gets Ganon down easily.
Thinking about it, this was a Boots required seed. And can we get 1G in chat for Asdir?
And he's going to save and quit and go back to the ship. That team's got to be a little bit careful with his health.
I don't know how many times I've accidentally done that. Accidentally hit down on the ship to go back in.
Whirly's cleaning up Remire. Meanwhile, Saban is still doing checks that he is in the wrong place. Turtle Rock. It's always Turtle Rock. Sky. Oh wait, wrong game again.
But Evan, go up to Turtle Rock. That's your future right there. If he goes into Turtle Rock, and I mean,
I mean, what I will say is that he may not have race chat up, so he may not know that there's pictures. But I feel like, given the times that were finished, you should be able to kind of deduce where that ice rod was. Like, it's very unlikely that finishing with a time of like 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever Aussie did, that, you know, he did the Smith chain, for example. So I would have just bet on Turtle Rock. Then again, I also went 0-2 in the tournament. So.
and Adam is in go mode. I think he knows he's in go mode, so.
Which, as Asder finishes up with the baby here, I would assume he'll go for baby skip. But it's worth mentioning there is the SMZ3 tournament is ongoing. We have a match tomorrow. It's the last match of the group stages. It's going to be super exciting. On Wednesday, we're going to have the playoff bracket reveal, and then we'll have playoff matches. So if you are enjoying what you are watching, there will be a lot more of this game on the Speed Gaming channel. So please stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 trackers tonight who have done an amazing job, Lenofis and Stump. Big shout outs for all their hard work and tracking. Tracking is super difficult. And a shout out to my co-cam HK112. It's been fun again.
Of course. This the seed hasn't opened up a lot for puns because it's moved so fast. With 4 people watching 4 people, it's very hard to get a good pun in.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of them, and it's just been very hard to get them. And I'd like to just give a big shout out to all you lovely folks in chat. Thanks for watching with us and having a good time. I hope you've enjoyed the commentary and the races. You know, we do this for your enjoyment, so hopefully you're enjoying it. And if you disliked our commentary and muted us, well, you suck. As they're just spamming the missiles at Mother Brain. Which, why not? We'll see if with his beam combo, if he goes for stand-up. I think that it's still advantageous to go for stand with Charge Spacer, Wave Ice. But we'll see. Saban finally heading up to Toro Rock. So he will be in his go mode in a couple of minutes. Etium is heading back to Meyer, I think. As they're almost through the baby cutscene. Just remember, guys, the baby Metroid lives on in our heart.
Yes, it does.
The real question is who's cuter, Baby Metroid or Baby Yoda?
They've been finally going into Turtle Rock.
Whirly finishing off Vitreous. Oh no, the planet's going to explode.
Whatever shall Samus do? Run like the wind, Samus! Run like the wind!
Run, Baby Metroid, run.
Run, baby Metroid.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going. Etienne just charge plasmaing down big. I feel like Asder, there is no way Asder will save the animals, but maybe I'm wrong. No animals for Asder. So, finishing in first place on the restream, and third place overall is Asder with an official time of 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 43 seconds. And we have Petsa34 finishing in fourth place with a time of 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 48 seconds. So if Asder had saved the animals, he would have lost third place. Everybody get your GGs for Asder. Sabin about to enter his go mode. He's gonna feel pretty bad about that. Whirly and Etienne in high-fiving and interesting that Etienne opted to do. I'm actually confused what Etienne did because he decided to not kill Land. Like he got to Landmo and then was like, nope.
Sabin is now in go mode.
And he's gonna do the wrong order of chests here on Laser Bridge, unfortunately. But that lets us know that there's a. Okay, that's a very interesting order that works out for him. So with half magic and tempered sword, he won't have any problem with Trinex.
Oh no.
Making quick work of the firehead.
Making quick work of the ice head.
Missing some shots.
Yeah.
Gets them down easy though. Fortunately, I don't think Whirly has the flippers yet,
No.
because flippers are in Turtle Rock.
And he hasn't been up there. He's been doing every other check but Turtle Rock. I'm hoping he does not do the go into Turtle Rock, find flippers, and then back out play.
Which I
I've
guess
seen
that's,
people do
that's
that.
that's what Etium did, it looks like, because Etium's marked as having flippers. I haven't seen his inventory.
No, he got all the way to, remember, he got all the way to Trinex
that's
and ran
right.
out of magic.
That's right. That's right.
He knows he's in go mode. He just has to get there. He's done Tower of Terror, right? I'm pretty sure he has.
I don't know the answer. Saban finds his big key on the torch and says, "I'm out of here." Eddie M shooting Vitreous with the silvers, making short work.
I gotta say, this has been a very enjoyable seed to watch. A very, very, very quick seed. If you follow the logic, it would have, you know. And in 5th place, we have Breshingham finishing with an SRL time of 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Etium heading back into Thieves Town, I see.
I think that's Turtle Rock.
That's what I meant to say.
Did
It's been a long day.
Did Thieves Town steal your heart?
It did.
You didn't see it coming, did you?
Nope, not in the slightest. Whirly living dangerously with the change jump. Apologies.
Keep on going. If he dies, if Whirly dies, don't leave. But if he dies, he'll just take he'll give up on Turtle Rock and probably go to Ice Palace and Swamp Palace.
Saban going for the hover. Oh, he gets halfway. We have had a 5th and a 6th place finish. Did you announce?
Oh, Maniacal's finished with a 6th place. I got the 5th place, but Maniacal has finished with 6th place with 2 hours and 48 minutes.
I would have honestly liked to see this seed in the tournament in a 1v1. I think this could have been a very interesting 1v1.
It would have been a very quick 1v1.
Probably. Saban to his penultimate boss. Gets a 0 cycle, or 0 balls.
Hey, another runner has formented. Has forfeited the race. Aldreas.
I was
Sad
gonna
to say.
runners are fermenting? What are they?
Forfeited.
Gross.
Did I say fermenting?
Yeah, I think you actually said fermenting. Don't tell me how to live my life, Dr. RM. Etienne, on his revenge on Trinex, gets him down.
Sabine is past the Geometry Wizard and heading into the Ganon fight. And Etienne is going to be heading towards Ganon as well next.
Yep, the difference is when Sabin kills Ganon, he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Etienne, of course, still has to do Mother Brain.
Mm-hmm.
Whirly has entered his go mode. The Sabin making quick work of Ganon. Wow, I think that was a triple.
Mm-hmm. And finishing with an SRL time of 2 hours and 50 minutes and 31 seconds, the Sabin. Let's see if we can pull him out. Chat with him.
Looks like Etienne's gonna make the right side gamble here in Ganon's tower.
GG Sabin.
Hello, thanks.
So what do you think of that seed?
It was actually very nice. I was able to route it, like, basically handle it, like, fairly easily, especially Super Metroid early on, but at the end of the day, it was the ice rod that decided the race, so it was either dip into a TR or do the rest of the whole world, so it was a dice roll at this point, and I decided to clear the whole world instead, and I lost that roll, so... But overall, I enjoyed that seed. It was a pretty solid seed, in my opinion.
It was an interesting seed, especially where that morph ball placement was.
Yeah.
Honestly, out of all the seeds I've watched and commentated,
Yeah, it was. I guess it was logically behind the eye jump. So yeah, the amount ball placement was definitely interesting there.
Hmm. It was a very logical seed. Asdir and you were like neck and neck for the last half of that race.
Yeah, for most of the race, it was too close to call between you and Asger.
And I don't know what the like. I can't remember where the split was.
It was probably when I tried to look up the ice rod because I felt like I was doing everything correctly until I had the ice rod check. I was like, do I dip into TR or I guess just do the overworld? And I decided to do the
Well,
overworld instead.
you guys both did the overworld. It was. Oh, I can't remember what it was that made the deciding factor. You had the book, Asdir didn't.
Well, he
Asger
eventually
never-
got the. No, he got the book and he checked Bombo's hand.
Oh, he did?
I did complete the desert though, and the reason for that is I knew that I didn't have the flute, and it was the green pendant, and desert is fairly quick to complete, so I just did it anyway, just to be safe.
Yeah, almost everybody on our restream took the option to clear desert. The only one who actually didn't was Etienne. But you, Asger, and Worley all took that, didn't want to risk orphaning something, and cleared out desert.
I would like to throw out that 8th place Cassidy Moan finished with 2 hours and 52 minutes, and Apathy Duck finished out with 2 hours and 53 minutes flat SRL time. That last location, Ice Rod, I'm not gonna lie, I was really wondering where it was. So I do follow some of the other runners that were racing in this weekly. I had to know where it was at. I had to spoiler myself, so I knew it was like, I kept it secret where it was at. In Gist, I knew where it was at from what they had it tracked, but it was an interesting. It was a very fluid seed. Like once you got that morph ball, the game was literally split 50-50 at that point. You could finish, the game if you knew how to gravity jump and everything like that. You could finish Super Metroid and stuff.
I had the gravity jump on the back of my mind, but I found the space jump. I don't know where exactly, but I was like, alright.
Hookshot kick.
Hookshot.
Like Asger did the gravity and Worley did the gravity jump as well. A0 finishing with an SRL time, and 10th place, 2 hours and 55 minutes and 21 seconds.
Sabin, would you say are you kind of familiar equally in both games, or is there one that you think you're stronger in?
I'm stronger in LTTP. I've been playing LTTP since 2016. But Super Metroid, I picked it up last year, so I'm not as good at Super Metroid. So the LTTP is my strongest game. But on SMZ3, if you're stronger on SM, it definitely shows more than LTTP, in my opinion. So.
Did you ever think about fake flippering into Ice Palace? Did that cross your mind?
I thought about it, but I knew that I needed the ice rod, and it was not possible. The ice rod was in the Ice Palace basically, so I just did not go there. But when I found the flippers in TR, I was like, all right, here we go. I have to go back out and do Swamp or Ice Palace. But unfortunately, I kept going and I found the ice rod later on. So.
Yeah, everybody fortunately at least on the restream kept going. No one took that gamble to, oh, flippers, I need to leave. So fortunately, no one fell into that.
Now, Asdir, what he did, he dipped into Turtle Rock, found 2 keys, and he's like, nope, and noped out of it. And then went back and did Misery Mire and all those checks. Is there a reason why you went to Super Metroid instead of just finishing out? Oh no, that wasn't you. Was it? No, sorry.
Well, Sabin, you did kill Mother Brain before.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
in the different order. You know, what kind of puts your thought process on I'm gonna do Mother Brain then finish up LT?
Honestly, the only reason I did SM kind of early is because I didn't want to have, I did not want to have screw attack, because for the Zebetai skip, it says if I can check a LTTP, I can check like Cannon Star, or I can get the screw attack, but I have to unequip it to get the Zebetai skip. So that's the only reason, really, because I didn't want to menu. That's really all it is. There was no other reason than that.
It seems like a good reason to me.
Super Taylor finishing in 11th place with 2 hours 58 minutes and 18 seconds.
Whirly was really gaining on Etienne, but he's having some trouble in this fire bar.
I've gotta say, it was a very impressive run. I'm like most of your Super Metroid I missed, and the reason why is because Whirly's sprite is the upside down Samus sprite, so I didn't get to see. I was too bothered by the illogicalness of the sprite itself, so I was just staring at it. But from what I did see of you doing Super Metroid, it was amazing gameplay.
Yeah, I've learned Super Metroid last year, and I've played a lot of Randomizer and SMZ3 recently, so yeah, it definitely shows up in my gameplay. But I've been playing LTTP for the longest time since 2016. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was
Etienne living a little dangerously here on Ganon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's got a Master Sword Stratus, and Master Sword Ganon is the worst. Well, Master Sword Silverless is the
One
worst.
more hit
okay.
and he's going down.
Yeah, I kind of would have liked to see him go and buy some potions, but I guess that would be a pretty big time commitment without the...
Error finishing off on 12th place with 2 hours and 59 minutes and 15 seconds.
I believe Phase 4 is going to be spin 24 spins. Ooh, that was a nice triple on Whirly.
Yeah, you did get a nice triple on him, on Ganon, by the way, Sabin.
Oh, well, he's got silvers. He doesn't need to do silverless. My brain is really having function. Is really not just not working well today. If anybody knows where I can acquire a new one, please let me know. And get a G in chat for Etienne. He's finished up the Big Pig just under 3 hours. And just as Whirly is going to be entering the big... Whirly's going to have a much easier Ganon here. Tempered Sword versus Master Sword makes a pretty big difference. Etienne resets to Super Metroid. He'll be heading for Mother Brain. Ooh, Whirly going for the lag strats. But gets hit by the bats. Etienne takes the refill. Oh boy. Oh boy, Whirly.
Did he almost fall off? I looked
Yeah,
away
he's
for a
almost
second.
dead. He's on half a heart.
So was that Adam at this time?
What's that?
Adam was on I Have a Heart as well.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the torch glitch. Oh, gets a nice spot for a double arrow if he wants to push it. And he chooses not to. I know I'm butchering his name and I feel bad about it. And can we get 1G in chat for Whirly?
Wait, it's Etum?
Eat them.
Etum? ETM. What have we been saying? Etium?
I've been saying Etium all night.
Etium. Et. Yeah. Whirly taking his refill at the ship. This could be a real close race between normal Samus and upside down Samus if Whirly got a little bit cleaner GT, but he wasted some time.
Morley's putting that power bomb in the wrong spot.
We have had Error finish in 12th place with 2 hours, 59 minutes, 15 seconds. So still a good amount of people still in this race. I want to say there's still probably at least like 15 people. We haven't had too many forfeits.
We've had 3 forfeits out of 30. So half the people have finished. So we got 15 more people. So
If I ever come another one of these races, and I mean, and I'd like to, I've had a good time, I'm going to make sure that my only requirement is going to be no upside down salmon.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
think I could handle upside down Link, but I just can't
Yeah.
handle upside down salmon.
no, it's not like you think, boom, fly up, like the ground's right below her feet, literally.
I think backward Samus wouldn't hurt my head nearly as much.
Yeah, backward Samus wouldn't be that bad.
Like, my brain has just been taught in like 30 years of video gaming that if your character is upside down, they fall up.
They fall up.
Sorry, ETM going for the Zevitite skip and just giving up on it. He's got so much ammo.
I'm pretty sure he has plasma beam as well. So he's not too hurting on ammo.
Said I think even if it was up,
Yeah, but he has plasma
70
beam.
was 130 missiles and 70 supers. I think that he would have been fine. Oh my god, I'm so confused.
And Whirly. Oh, India's finishing in 13th place with 3 hours and 6 minutes.
That's what I say, Cassidy Bowen.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. The reason why I've missed half this stuff in this seed is because of that upside down sprite.
Her arm doesn't even stick in the socket in the right place.
It throws me off, and it's like one of those things. It's just I don't want to watch it, but it's one of those things you can't help. And if you look at the screw attack animation, it's backwards when she jumps, and it throws me.
Man, Etium is eating a lot of food here. He's eating some French fries, some onion rings. Hasn't had any ketchup yet. You know, I do say I gotta hand it to Whirly. I have not seen any point in this match the upside down sprite causing him any issue.
Yeah. Ooh, sad to say, the Cheesinator has forfeited the race.
Whirly seems like he's really caught up here. I'm not sure why.
Now, how much if you manage to get a blue suit all the way to Mother Brain and to this phase where Whirly is right now, how much damage would that do to her? I would not know. I do not know.
As chat said, I think you instantly die.
You instantly die? Really, you die? Why would you die? Really? Couldn't you just get her with one of the echoes? And Whirly pulling off the stand-up glitch or the
Headstand glitch.
the headstand glitch. And Atom or Adam. Finishing up Mother Brain.
Where's Father Brain?
I forgot I sent you that video.
Alright, will either of these runners save the animals?
No. We got a 14th place finisher, tie for 14th place, okay, and Blandation with 3 hours and 10 minutes. It's a tie, and one has 28 seconds, one has 29 seconds, so it's like, it's a tie.
Hydra Bears has all the animals in chat. Etienne is bypassing those animals and finishing in 16th place with a time of 3 hours and 11 minutes flat is Etienne, and Whirly's right behind him, so we'll get his time here shortly. Gets the, I think that's called the Behemoth Spark, if I know what I'm talking about, which I probably don't. And Whirly bypasses the animals too, and finishing in 17th place with a time of 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 52 seconds is Whirly. Get your GGs in chat for both of those guys. Whirly's comment that he is adding to his time is playing the game with an upside down sprite is harder than expected.
GG, Edium.
Hey, GG's everyone.
So what do you think of that seed?
It was a nice seed. I just made I made a bunch of mistakes towards the end that just cost me piles of time. I ran out of magic on Trinex. I had to go all the way back through Turtle Rock. I forgot to do Mire on my way to Ridley, and I had to run back for that because I didn't have the flute. And then by the time I got to Mire, I had no magic, and I had to run into desert to find a magic drop. It was just kind of a comedy of errors for a little bit there.
It was a wonderful seed to watch. It was like, it was interesting. I've noticed your go-to play is to do the hula hand. Yeah, I've noticed that. And GG to you too, Worley. I hear you. Yeah, you're not.
Yep, all we got was garbled robot.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Alright, my mic was muted, I forgot.
So what do you think of that seed?
I didn't like where the ice rod was.
I don't think no one did.
That was the only thing that went right for me. I as soon as I finished most of my other crystals, I just was like, I'm going to do the mountain and then go right into Turtle Rock.
I didn't want to take the chance of double dipping, so I went, once I got the red cane, I went back to Mire and did Green Pendant Desert. And then after that, I didn't think of anything else to do, so I just went to Turtle Rock. And then I saw the flippers, and that made me kind of scared. But the ice rod was where it was, and that made me happy.
Did it cross your mind, either of you, to turn back once you saw the flippers to do Ice Palace or Swamp Palace?
It did, for me at least, but I was just wanting to finish up Turtle Rock to see if it was there at all. And then it was. Well, it wasn't in Turtle Rock, but it was in Mimic.
Mm-hmm. It was a very interesting seed. It flowed real nicely. I would say it did.
I can see why people would get like sub 230 on this. If you routed it the right way, definitely was a quick seed.
Yeah.
Most of Norfair was utter garbage, so I can see some of that. And there wasn't much in Meridia either, and I full cleared that.
Plasma was there, which was a nice find. And I have to ask, Orly, and it's been bugging me this whole race, and you probably know what I'm going to ask. Why the upside down Samus?
I saw it in the sprite development yesterday, and I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if I used that sprite during the...
So that was your first time using that sprite?
I used it a little bit yesterday, but other than that, yeah.
That, me personally, and I missed a lot of checks for the other racers because it's one of those things that it's so mind-blowing. I couldn't stop watching your stream particular because I was just drawn, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, blow up the glass, you would expect to fall up. You know, it's like, you know, or like the morph ball. When you were a morph ball, I watched everybody else. Like, okay, he's gonna be a morph ball while he does these checks. All right, I'm gonna watch everybody else. And then as soon as you pop out, it saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I just sit there and stared at your stream.
It's worth pointing out that In the Name of DT has finished in 18th place. Silver Rain has finished in 19th place, and Stachio Cat just finished in 20th place.
Yeah, it's like I've noticed like a lot of people finish like either probably sequence broke Swamp or Ice Palace to see what was in there and stuff like that. Because I mean, thinking Ice Rod is in Turtle Rock is, it's been there for a while, so.
Yeah. I didn't have Flipper, so I didn't really worry about sequence breaking that stuff. I did fake Flipper just to see if it was there, but it wasn't.
It was a fun seed to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
It was fun to play too.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of anything else. Eleanor, you have anything?
Did anyone on stream go down to Brinstar right away?
Nobody did.
Sabin did.
No,
Sabin.
nobody did Blue Bryn.
No, Sabin went straight down to Blue Brimstar. That's what put him in the lead. Because Asdir did left side or down to Pink Brimstar or down to Green Brimstar.
But Sabin didn't go right at the start. He went and did all the Link to the Past checks.
Then went. But all you guys, I think you all went to Green Brimstar. I think Worley did too.
Straight to Blue once before I went to Green.
Okay, yeah.
Green Brimstar was stacked.
Yeah. You and the Sabin went to Blue Brimstar first, and then went to Green Brimstar.
Yeah.
Asdir and Adam went Green Brimstar. Now, here's the thing. You went back to do Edakun's Edom after you got your Morph Ball. Asdir did not. He went straight to Kraid, got his gloves, his Moon Pearl, everything. He got and did Meridia and stuff. He got down, did a little bit of Link to the Past. He's like, nope, I'm just going. Then he went back and got his charge and
I think they had the
various suit.
Boots, various suit.
Yeah, he went back and got all those. But Worley and Asdir both did the gravity jump to get to Lower Norfair.
Yeah, I figured that some of the top players would be doing that. I've never really tried that one, so I was just gonna stay in Logic mostly.
I do a lot of hard logics. You go.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never played a hard Logic seat.
Yeah, I've done a lot of them. So that was basically one of my first instincts, which whenever I got Gravity and Varia to just full clear from the bottom. And Super Metroid.
Yeah, the latter half of Super Metroid had Bumpkus. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things. It's like, well, not really worth. But 4 items go mode after you guys finished everything, and it was in Turtle Rock. Once you got the red cane, it just like, oh, Turtle Rock. Once you got the space jump, that puts Norfair in Logic. That put Meyer in Logic. Once you got the space jump.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I went back for Meyer before I did Turtle Rock.
It put those in Logic for you guys, which was amazing. And then it's just like, well, Red Cane was right out the door to get into Turtle Rock, so Ice Rod should be there as well.
That really wasn't going through my mind because I've been screwed over so many times by Ice Rod Go.
And we were thinking, it's like when we were doing route thinking, it's like, well, we have literally 4 items for Go mode. Technically 3. The mirror, the cane, or it was the cane. What was it? The cane, Ice Rod, flippers, or cane, Ice Rod, flute, or space jump. Those were technically the Go mode items for this seed. The last 4 items that were needed. And I said something about the mirror, and boom, the mirror popped up, and I forgot who had it first and where it was at. I think it was in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, it was chess game.
Yeah, that's when we were trying to figure out, like, you had everything else but those 4 items. And the mirror, I'm like, oh, well, there's Swamp. Now we just need flippers. And then if you guys would have found the flippers, that would have put flippers in Logic and stuff like that. Or Swamp and Ice. And then we're like, oh, Pedestal. because pedestal was clear. Ice rod can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed if Turtle Rock is required, Ice Rod is one of the most hunted item. It's in game, somewhere, anywhere. But it was a good seed to watch. It was very intriguing.
I was thinking it was gonna be a pet seed too once I had everything except for the flippers. I was just like, I'm gonna get flippers and then I'll check pet to see if Ice Rod's there. And then flippers and Ice Rod were in Turtle Rock, so I was just like, okay, I guess I don't have to anymore.
Yeah, I bet both of you were probably really relieved when you saw that Ice Rod in Mimic.
Yeah.
But I think, let's see, it's been over 3 hours, and I'm gonna put an end to it. Any lasting thoughts for you guys for this seed, Eleanor?
No. I was just gonna say it was great. I mean, you guys all put on a really entertaining.
Did anyone ever find Buttersword?
Nope, no butter
nope.
sword.
Okay.
Nope.
It's probably somewhere in GT or one of the pendant dungeons then.
Yeah.
I only had Master Sword. Where was the one I missed?
Mickey Mouse.
Okay. Yeah, I go modded that line.
Actually, when saw the ending credits for Sabin, for the Sabin, he did Mother Brain before GT. The last sword was on pedestal.
Oh.
Because it goes through the thing. The last sword was on pedestal.
I'm pretty sure it always says Master Sword whenever you do SMZ3. It's not like the SM or the Z3. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I'm pretty sure.
That is correct. None of the text in Link to the Past half of the credits are randomized. They have their vanilla text.
Thank you, Lino. You are an amazing person. What would I do without you? Well, before we close out, another runner just finished. 64-bit Link, 21st place. Just finished. But anyway, Adam, before the Whirly and Eleanor said something, were you gonna say something about this seed before I close it out?
No.
I don't got anything else to say. Thanks for your commentary and thanks to the trackers.
All right.
Yeah, it was a fun scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to experience it upside down.
Please don't. If I'm commentating a race, or if you notice I'm commentating a race, I mean, I got to give you props for doing that whole thing upside down. But it's hard to focus on other people when you're trying to commentate because that thing is so screwy. I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it. And what it made it work is when you got space jump, the animation was backwards. It wasn't because of how it did. They did it. It did it backwards. So she was spinning backwards as she was going forwards. If you notice that, and my OCD's like, what the, you know. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, it's a free world. You can use whatever sprite you want. But man, it was my OCD. It was driving me crazy.
I made sure before the race, I was just like, am I allowed to use other sprites than the ones on the website just to make sure I could use it? And then everyone said that was fine. I was like, yes.
But it was a good race.
If I ever commentate another race with somebody using the upside down sprite, my internet's gonna mysteriously go out.
Next time I'll do the backward sprite instead of the upside down one.
Okay, that one wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I think the backward sprite wouldn't hurt as much.
It just defies logic because you like like the tube that really got to me because you break the tube and instead of falling up or float like you're in water, so physics would take over and you would fall up or float up, you went down, or you were at a perfect pixel position where it looked like you were standing on nothing because of how because Samus was the platforms were at a weird spot, so it looked like you could just, why aren't you going up? Like Kraid, for example, that hole, that small hole going out. You know what I'm talking about? You're under
Yeah.
that. You're under that hole. That really got to me. Like moments like that where Samus's sprite standing down, but they're up. The platform above you is cockeyed to the left or the right, where it's clearly to go up. But that's just me. It was just. Ooh. Anyway, all right. Enough with my rant about the sprite. GG to both of you guys. It was amazing time. Don't forget to follow these amazing runners and the awesome skill they demonstrated and kookiness of their sprites. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Don't forget to follow our trackers and my wonderful co-commentator Eleanor Lamb. There's again the tournament information I don't have memorized, so Eleanor, take it away.
There'll
Tournament.
be an SMZ3 race tomorrow evening. I closed my tab, so I don't exactly know the time. I guess I can probably bring it up pretty quick. Put me on the spot. I wasn't ready.
You gotta be prepared.
So 8:10 tomorrow, Eastern time. We've got Lachlan versus Cerberoth. It is the last race of the group stages of the SMZ3 tournament. Please tune in. I'm sure whoever's coming, whether it's me or somebody else, will be hopefully enjoyable. And then on Wednesday, we will be having the playoff bracket reveal at some point in the evening. So tune in for that. And then look for there'll be some exciting playoff races later in the week, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. But thank you for listening to us ramble and my rants about the up downs, right? At least it wasn't upside down and backwards. That would really throw my OCD up. But
I actually told the person that made the sprites last night that they should make an upside down and backwards one.
Thanks for my sanity.
You're
There goes
welcome.
my sanity. There goes my sanity for the night. So there's other speed gaming channels and stuff going on right now. I think there's a Link to the Past Randomizer League going on Speed Gaming, the regular Speed Gaming channel right now. But anyway, thanks for listening to me and Eleanor rant about this race, and have a good night. GG to everybody, and don't forget to follow everybody that you see racing in here, and or that people or some of the other runners that are still racing. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.